You think you're so slick, huh? Keeping secrets from me? You thought I wouldn't find out about one of the biggest flops of 2025? You thought you could bury that information without me unearthing it in order to huff the fumes of a Concorde level failure? You imbecile! Perhaps I'm being a bit gung-ho comparing this to a Concorde level disaster, but this flop we're about to discuss is a really catastrophic one. And I hadn't heard a peep about this until I just happened to stumble across an article going over it today. That is how under the radar this one has managed to fly, even though presumably millions of dollars were spent on marketing it and developing it. It comes from Amazon, that is the publisher of the game. Raise your hand if you've heard of King of Meat. Anyone that put their hand up I know is a liar. I don't trust you. Go fuck yourself. You're tacky and I hate you. In classic video game industry delusion, some of the executives here at the higher level of the studios behind King of Meat were expecting this game to be pulling 100,000 concurrent players, but unfortunately, reality was a cruel mistress. She came through and slapped the fuck out of them. They couldn't even get a tiny whiff of 4 digits because this game peaked at 320 during a free weekend. King of Meat is typically a $30 game. It's $30 right now. And that's what I paid in order to play this. Anytime I have a chance to be part of history for like these kind of unbelievable bombs, like these absolute septic tank explosions of financial ruin, I have to spend my money to at least be there, put boots on the ground to experience it. So I did spend $30 to play King of Meat to see if it really is just fucking terrible, and that's why no one played it. I've got a whole video of it up on my gaming channel, Moist Critical Gaming. Go subscribe, go check that shit out. Now, like I said, this is a project that had presumably millions of dollars poured into it. This isn't just some like random, Steam stinker that a solo dev put together in one afternoon and only like 3 people on the planet have accidentally downloaded. This was a big production that they put a lot of oomph and elbow grease behind. The biggest being a dedicated Mr. Beast video. On Mr. Beast Gaming, he did an entire YouTuber challenge, beat this game, win $250,000. With 7 million views, he posted it 2 months ago, and it's all to promote King of Meat. He brought out a bunch of YouTubers to exclusively play King of Meat and win money, and it is an expensive production and set they put on here, all to try and get people to flock to King of Meat. They thought by getting Jimmy Beast on the horn for a dedicated video, it would put so much motion behind this project, but unfortunately, it's doing the Black Beetle challenge right now. There's no motion in sight. There's not an ounce of movement. And I can't even imagine the price tag that this must have cost them. Like, I can't even fathom what an integration would cost in a Mr. Beast video, let alone an entire dedicated video for it. Like, that has to be in the 7 figures. This is like a Super Bowl commercial to these companies, no doubt. So to put that much money into King of Meat and not see even a single crumb, not a morsel of return on that, holy shit, that is brutal. It's actually pretty interesting because now I'm really wondering, what kind of return do companies see when buying slots on Mr. Beast content? Because we have very easily accessible data when it comes to King of Meat. Like, even looking in the comment section of the 7 million view video that he posted, which is exclusively an advertisement for this game, people seemed excited about it. Like, they seemed like they were interested in it, that it's a well-received video, and not a single one of them seemed to have picked up the game themselves. It's pretty interesting. But maybe you could chalk that up to maybe it's just not their cup of tea. Maybe Mr. Beast Gaming doesn't have an audience of meat maniacs ready to go spend 30 clams on this product. Or maybe Mr. Beast audience just kind of likes to eyes glaze over and just watch all the flashing colors in the stimulation and maybe don't want to engage with whatever is being advertised there. Also entirely possible. I just find it so interesting because, like I said, I can't even imagine how much this must have cost. Now, this is an Amazon published game, so it's literally chump change to them, even if it is in the 7 figures. It doesn't matter to them. But I'll tell you who it does matter to is the actual developers behind the game. Because according to the article, Glowmade Games, the studio behind King of Meat, is looking like the workforce will be suffering layoffs here. There's been word of layoffs confirmed by multiple Glowmade employees on LinkedIn that come just a couple months after King of Meat's lackluster performance. So it's looking like there's going to be an unknown amount of employees that will no longer be working at Glowmade. because of how poorly this has done. And there was apparently even discussions earlier about voluntary redundancies that would impact about a dozen people. It's all a little up in the air, but it's looking like because this game has done so poorly, they're going to be cutting a lot of team members, which I feel bad for everyone that's going to potentially lose their job from this game not performing well. And I think a lot of that falls onto leadership's shoulders. After playing the game and even just looking at like the Mr. Beast video and their ads, I could tell you this was never going to reach 100,000 concurrent players off rip. It's too corporate. This is a game that doesn't have the same feeling as the other like big party games that people actually are hooked on or immediately, bit onto the nipple of. This is a game that does feel like Suits kind of trying to play a formula and capitalize off of how big these friend party games have become, this niche. It doesn't have that same feel to it. And after playing it, I can tell you it's not a bad game or anything, but there's nothing in here that I feel like would ever have me go back to it. Like, I would never choose to play King of Meat over any of the other, like, really fun party games and friend games that I play with my buddies. This feels like a game that would have released on the old Xbox 360 arcade that you'd play maybe one time with a friend of yours and then you both just say, like, let's just do Castle Crashers or something instead. This isn't a game that I think they should have ever had that kind of expectation on with these huge fucking shoot for the stars to infinity and beyond fucking Buzz Lightyear style predictions of like 100k concurrent players. That just sets up the entire team for failure, and I feel like if they had just had it be more realistic, well, maybe then they wouldn't be looking at layoffs. They could have calibrated the budget, calibrated the marketing and everything to account for that. But, they went hog wild buying a Mr. Beast dedicated video and shit like that. And a Mr. Beast partnership. He has an entire, dungeon in the game that you can play, which, like I said, I couldn't even get enough people in a game to play, so I ended up having to solo it myself. I'll go ahead and put that footage here, I guess. But the thing is, this is one of the biggest flops of the year, and I haven't heard anyone talk about it yet. I had to yap about it. It is fucking fascinating. Mr. Beast Dungeons! What? I see Mr. Beast. Let's do it. Any Mr. Beast meters? Wait. My controller was vibrating. Does that mean somebody's about to show up? Somebody was thinking of playing? No, the estimated time's going up. What's going on? It can't be. I'm alone! Okay, I see how this is gonna go. Time to solo Mr. Beast in here. Is Jimmy gonna talk to me?
Hello, viewers. I'm your host, Curved B.
I probably couldn't afford to have Mr. Beast do any VA for it.
Only two options. Little dynamos, this lot.
Yeah. I can do this. Clean.
Smash that stuff.
Clean. Ooh, close. But I'm in the perfect rotation right now. Oh, yeah. Hit it! Oh, yeah! No!
That looked painful.
He said he'll let me see my family if I can complete Beast Dungeons and King of Meat. Oh, just when you thought he was out of tricks. I did it! I beat the Beast Dungeon on my first try.
They've done it!
That's the sound of me in pain. It doesn't stop, it doesn't end, it's only getting worse. I just got up, and I felt the disturbance out there. I knew there was a problem, but I didn't know what the origin would be. I didn't know where it was coming from, but I had a hunch. It it was going to be AI related, because every single day there is some new company, some new change coming that is all about just fisting AI into every orifice the world is capable of opening for it. And now we've got the dynamic dipshit duo tag teaming here to deliver something nobody on the fucking planet is asking for outside of like drooling blue-screened brained idiots that for some reason want AI-generated music out the wazoo. But Spotify and UMG, Universal Music Group, are now allowing premium users to generate AI covers and remixes. So participating artists that are signed with UMG are now going to be eligible for premium users to get in there and start tinkering and tweaking it with AI. Which, if you're someone that's excited about this feature and plan on using it till the cows come home, you are a lesser person. You are a nerd, you're a dweeb, you deserve to be licking toilet seats clean in the gas station bathroom. You are actually like a fucking lobotomite moron, drooling imbecile, and should be institutionalized. This shit is so beyond cringe, I can't find enough words in the English language for it. Why would anyone want to take an artist's music and just AI remix it for their Spotify playlist? Like, oh, this song was good, but I wish I could change the lyrics around a little bit. So I think I'm going to. I'm a premium user after all. Alright. Put my wetness on the guest list, tugging on my nipples till my chest piss. Walk to Circle K for some Chex Mix. Much better. Chef's kiss. Thank you, Spotify and UMG, for allowing me to improve this song so much. These delusional, out-of-touch zombies in the music industry are already signing multi-million-dollar deals with AI artists. They're not real. They're signing deals with ghosts, imaginary friends. And now they're feeding you even more AI trash here by letting you take real artists' music and AI remix it. Also, the AI artists they're signing literally can't own that work. It has already been set as a legal precedent that AI-generated shit is not copyrightable. So all of the artists that are being swallowed up, gobbled up here in the music industry, these AI performers, lack of performers, they don't even own that. So you can just go and make that yourself too. They can't do anything to stop it. Like, it is so stupid from top to bottom here, and it's only spiraling even further out of control because now they're taking real artists' music and allowing you to AI slopify it. It's fucking insulting and embarrassing. So this partnership here is a licensing deal for recorded music and publishing rights, enabling Spotify to launch generative AI music models in the future. With this deal, Spotify models will allow fans to create covers and remixes of their favorite songs from participating artists and songwriters signed to UMG. They then start spouting barnacles about how this is going to open up additional revenue streams on top of what artists already earn on Spotify by providing more discovery opportunities for this UMG talent. AI products will eventually become available to premium users as paid add-ons, but unclear when that's set to launch. They try to put some makeup on it here, give it a positive spin, like, oh, it's going to open up all this additional revenue streams because all of these users are going to want to do all kinds of AI remixes. Maybe it even becomes a cool TikTok trend to AI remix the new thing, and you'll get more money for it. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Just a ton of bots AI generating remix of songs. That won't go wrong. Surely that won't be exploited on Spotify in any way, shape, or form. I'm sure I don't need to dive into the spaghetti and the meatballs on why that's a bad idea and is actually just going to lead to a flood of just complete trash drowning out real music because there's going to be so much AI remixing of these songs from these probably label shills that are just going to go through and try and like artificially inflate all the numbers and make the song seem more popular than it is through all of these remixes and shit. Like, I think that's just disastrous. And also, they try and put this spin on it that it's like covers of your favorite song. Oh, it's a creative expression. It's allowing you as the fan to get in there and express yourself with the music, giving you the AI tools to do it. It's not. It's not a cover of anything. A cover of something is still creative expression when a person is going through and they take a work and make it their own. Whether through changing of style or just in their own singing voice, giving it their own spin, that is a very human, very real creative expression with covers. This is devoid of that. It is AI going through off of a sentence, off of a prompt, and just changing it entirely and taking the human element out of it. It takes the soul out of the work. The art is then gone and has now just become a piece of Gen AI garbage. So it is not a cover, and I would never use that word to describe this. And just like all of these slimy parasites, they always try to flap their ass cheeks and fart out some nice words about it, like the actual goal is to be artist first. So Spotify is talking about its key principles for developing its AI tech, including that artists and songwriters get a choice in participation. Oh my god, they're so benevolent. They get to choose whether or not they're part of this. Actually, unironically, that is kind of rare, because by default, these fucking pushes are always just, you're in no matter what. You come hell or high water, you can't opt out. So it is actually somewhat rare that they get a choice, but the fact that this even exists at all is a problem. We recognize there's a wide range of views on use of generative music tools within the artistic community. There's not a wide range of views. There's sane people and there's fucking goofballs. The vast majority of normal people do not want to just be endlessly fed AI garbage. Just look at all the pushback anytime there's an announcement from the music industry about like an AI artist that's entering the scene that they're trying to like hype up. They get laughed at. Spitballs are shot at them. They don't like generative AI music tools in general. So it's not like there's some big debate on it. The actual listeners don't really want it. The only people that do are these kind of vampires at the top of the food chain where it saves them so much money by using AI and integrating AI into their industry. That's where the range of views come from. It's normal people versus extraordinarily wealthy and extraordinarily out-of-touch music industry executives. That's it. It's not really like an even split or anything. Therefore, artists and rights holders will choose if and how to participate to ensure the use of AI tools aligns with the values of the people behind the music. Yeah, but I doubt it, actually. I bet as an artist signed to UMG, you probably have very little flexibility and very little autonomy to do what you want. I already know about a lot of like the horror stories around like these major music labels, especially like UMG. I remember hearing like very specific things about. So I would imagine with this new partnership, there is probably going to be stuff baked into the contracts and future talents as well as maybe even current talent about how UMG is the sole decision maker when it comes to opting into a program like this, where generative AI can be used to just completely fucking run wild on the music the artist makes. And I imagine it will probably be a UMG decision, not an individual talent decision. But that's just a hunch. I don't know that for sure. I just know a lot about how the music industry operates, and it is not artist first. I'll tell you that much. And these generative AI tools that Spotify is trying to like make look real pretty and really palatable, they're also not artist first either. By their very nature, they're not. And then goes on to talk about how big remixing has become and that there's other startups doing something similar about using licensed pre-existing songs and then instead of generating brand new ones and just remixing through that. While new AI songs lead to further market competition for artists and music companies, remixing existing tracks is often billed as fan engagement product, which can deepen the relationship between a fan and their favorite artist. Not really. This is not fan engagement, this is loser bait. You are a loser if you use this. I don't know how they can pitch this as relationship building with your favorite artist. That's already extremely cringe. But I just don't even see the world where somehow a fan starts remixing all of their favorite artists' work and now all of a sudden they're a bigger fan of that artist. It'd probably be the opposite. They'd probably just start to think that they're doing the work. Like, oh my god, wait, I'm just as talented as they are. Because these kind of people have like this fucking AI delusion where they think they're actually doing something. So they'd probably be like, oh, I actually don't even really need this artist anymore. I can just keep doing these AI remixes. I'm kind of like the actual talent now. I think that's far more likely. The co-CEO of Spotify gave a statement saying, solving hard problems for music is what Spotify does, and fan-made covers and remixes are next. Yeah, but that's not a hard problem. Like, there was no problem. You have made a problem with these tools. Fan-made covers and remixes have historically always been a creative expression. Take, for example, like parody songs. Weird Al made a whole career out of making really high-quality parodies of popular music. Or just look at some extremely popular covers on YouTube. Justin Bieber was discovered through his covers of songs. It was and is still an expression of creativity and a showcase of talent with these covers and remixes that humans are making. But generative AI It doesn't do anything like that. It is not some kind of creative expression. It takes all of that out of it, making it just this fucking husk. It's not the same, and I don't know why they keep putting them on, like, equal footing. What we're building is grounded in consent, credit, and compensation for the artists and songwriters that take part. Through each technological transformation, we have worked together with Sir Lucian and his team to evolve the music ecosystem into a richer, more beneficial experience for fans and a more rewarding outcome for artists and songwriters. That's a load of horseradish. That is not the reason behind all this. It's solely because of money. It's AI hysteria where every company on this planet is desperately trying to find ways to integrate AI into their services because money, because they make more money from it. This doesn't do anything to improve the music ecosystem or anything like that at all. In fact, quite the opposite. Instead, this will just lead to a more bogged down, trash-filled AI slop fest, making it even more of an issue than it already was, because now you're directly putting those tools in the hands of these fucking losers. So it does nothing to actually improve anything. You have created a problem. The most valuable innovations in the music business always bring artists and fans closer together. That principle is at the heart of this pioneering AI-enabled superfan initiative. Oh, you make me fucking sick, dude. What a loser. What a fucking douchebag. Oh my god. Reading that out loud was painful. Which is designed to support human artistry, deepen fan relationships, and create additional revenue opportunities for artists and songwriters. Building on our long track record of leading the industry through technology changes and collaborating with Alex, Gustav, Daniel, and the team at Spotify, this initiative is firmly artist-centric, rooted in responsible AI, and will drive growth for the entire ecosystem. No one believes you, dude. Throw fucking tomatoes at this guy. Boo! Boo! Get off the stage. Boo! It's just so fucking out of control, man. I know I've been yapping about it a lot, but it is actually infesting everything and will only continue to spread. It is a plague. This desperate integration of AI into everything to enshitify it for the sake of the people at the top of the food chain making a little extra money on top of everything. It's so fucking gross. Anyway, that's really about it. So yeah, it's good. Pluribus is the latest from Vince Gilligan, and he proves, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that he just can't miss. He is just him. It's incredible how everything he's made, I like. More like Vince gurgling, because I am gargling and swallowing everything he puts out with a smile on my face. This man just knows how to tickle me. He is able to put out things that I just really, really enjoy. The only thing he's made that I can even think of where I had, multiple complaints was El Camino, and that really did feel like it was kind of more of a paycheck as opposed to a passion project that he wanted to see through. But even that wasn't bad or anything. Anyway, though, enough Gilligan glaze here. Let's talk about Pluribus. I think it is such a fascinating concept that is explored beautifully. In a nutshell, I'll avoid spoilers for now, but of course, I get into spoilers, so I'll give you a warning when we get there. The show is basically about an invasion, but not in the traditional sense that you're thinking of, where tiny green aliens come down, probe our butts, and suck our tits and everything. This is an invasion in the sense where everyone's mind on the planet all of a sudden joins together into a huge hive mind. After a mysterious discovery at the beginning of episode 1, and a set of circumstances that lead to a spread of some sort, everyone joins into this giant collective. And there is no longer any I, there is only we. And everyone on the planet, save for 13 survivors, are now part of that collective. And they're basically omniscient since they have the collective knowledge of all, 7 billion people except for these 13. And since they're spread out all over the planet and information hits all of them instantaneously, they can basically do and get anything like that, like magic. And the 13 survivors now inhabit this world with this not human entity that has taken over the humans, but it's really nice. It's super fucking polite. And we follow Carol Sturka, who is one of the 13, and she... now we're going to get into spoilers. Now it's spoilers time. Spoiler warning. She lost someone very dear to her. And she hates what's happened here because it is the death of individuality. These are not really people anymore. It's now a thing. And she doesn't like that, and she's fearful of when they eventually force her to join as well, she would lose herself. It's a really, really interesting concept, and Carol Sturka is played by Ray Seahorn, who's extremely talented. I'm sure if you've seen Better Call Saul, you already know that, but she crushes it in this role. She is alone. She is miserable. She's been through so much, and she continues to try and like fight against this entity, and even tries to team up with the other survivors whom just aren't interested in it. They like this because this entity that has now joined the consciousness of all the humans on the planet is so fucking nice, so sweet. Granted, it's a big old dweeb, like it's a huge twerp, basically like talking to a Redditor 24/7, but like it genuinely wants to make the 13 survivors happy. It will do anything they ask. It can't lie to them. It cannot hurt them. It will actually go out of its way, sacrificing people to help these survivors be happy. And even in one of the episodes, Carol's like pushing them to their limits, like, what if I asked for an atom bomb? Would you give me that? And they're like, well, we wouldn't be happy about it, but we would. And it's just so interesting because it's understandable why the other survivors wouldn't really view this as like a negative thing, because it is world peace. Nobody's getting hurt anymore. There's no dying. There's no conflict. It's complete tranquility and just infinite, sunshine and rainbows. But it's not real people anymore. It's now just this thing that has their minds and their souls. They're basically puppets, but they're very nice puppets. And the show is just so well written, which I've come to expect from Vince Gilligan's work. It is always impressive just how like tight the writing is with its characters, and especially the narrative here, where even when there is something like dark, like a big reveal that Carol Sturka unveils about this entity, it's then able to be argued from their perspective, like, well, this is why we do that. We do that because X, Y, and Z. And when you hear their side of it, it's like, shit, that's pretty understandable. It's still hard to view them as like evil bad guys, even though like they are. They non-consensually did take over the entire planet's consciousness to join it together, because that's how it spreads, that's how it survives, and it believes it's a blessing. It believes it's doing everyone a favor, because everyone that joins is apparently extremely happy about it. So they're viewing it as this gift, but like there are things about it that are weird and sketchy and like even downright unforgivable. And when those get unveiled and Carol brings it up to the other survivors or to the hive mind, they have really strong arguments for like why they have to do that to survive, because not only can they not hurt the survivors, they can't hurt any living creature. They won't step on an ant. They won't swat a mosquito. They won't pick a fucking apple. So like it's so fascinating watching them explore this concept, because it is a bad thing. All the people on the planet no longer have their own agency. So like if one of the survivors, like one of them we see, asked them like, hey, I want you, all fucking 20 of you women, I want you all to come over here so we can fuck. They can't say no. They have to say yes, and they willingly do so because they love the survivors so much. They say that many times, no matter what gets done to them. Like even Carol does some really like, bad things to them that you would think they'd want to like strike back or like stop her from doing. They don't. They still love her. And even when they like, separate, it's not on bad terms, and they still will do anything to provide for her and make her happy. It's just so, I can't express enough just how interesting it is. And of course, you're constantly wondering, is there a way to fix it? And as the episodes progress, there are some breadcrumbs about like, oh, maybe there is a way to fix this. And how are they going to figure out how to do that? There's only 13 of them on the planet, and no one wants to cooperate with Carol, except for a character that finally enters the fold that we've been introduced to earlier, named Manusos, who is a great fucking character. This guy is like, from the second this happened, he's immediately, nose in the books trying to figure out how to stop it. He isolates from the hive mind, the others. He doesn't talk to them, doesn't interact with them. He is just constantly trying to figure out what he can do to fix this and save the world. Eventually, he gets some tapes from Carol, and now, at the season's conclusion, they are going to team up to try and figure out how to stop this, how to fix this, and bring everybody back. Because it seems like an impossible task. Yet, there were little glimmers of hope that there is a way, And Manusos got very creative with exploring and understanding how this joining worked in the first place. And I'm so curious to see where that goes in season 2, which I just read isn't exactly right around the corner, which is a little disappointing. But anyway, I have very few complaints about this show. As you can tell, I really did enjoy it a lot. It's not a show I think everyone's going to like. It is a slow burn. A lot of this is very much spending time with Carol Sturka, processing everything and grieving what she's lost and trying to come to terms and trying to figure out how to live in this new world while also trying to fight back against them. And then also the confusion that comes with it because they are extremely nice. And none of the other survivors seem to think it's a bad thing. They view it as like the best thing that ever happened to them and the planet as a whole. So like, then it gets confusing with, well, maybe she's in the wrong. And even you as the viewer, since you keep seeing how nice they are and how they're able to explain things that would ordinarily be like inexplicable, you start to wonder, well, are they even really that evil in the first place? Like, it is just really well done. I think they have crushed it. And I really like Manusos' character as well. I know I'm highlighting Carol because she is the main character, but Manusos is great. Like, I think he has been such an interesting contrast to Carol's journey, where Carol from the very beginning immediately was like cooperating with them, not because she liked them or anything, but because she was trying to understand more about them directly and try and figure out how to fight them. Manusos, completely on his own, fucking pulled himself up by his own bootstraps, dusted off his shoulder, just got to business, and anytime they even tried to interact with him, he told them to fuck right off. He would even threaten to, like, kill them. He wants nothing to do with them, and he tries his best to avoid taking things from other people, even though the people aren't there anymore. So he chooses not to. So instead of flying from Paraguay all the way to Carol, which he could do with the others, even offering it to him, saying like, hey, we can get you there in a couple of hours. He's like, nope, you can go kick rocks, eat dirt. I'm going to make this long journey and hike through extremely dangerous conditions here to do it myself. It's very cool. I like the show a lot. Like I said, it's not going to be for everybody, and I know that. Now, all this being said, I do have a pretty big complaint. Since there are so few survivors in the show, there's not a lot of opportunity for characters to be interacting with one another. Now, of course, there's a lot of individuals from the hive mind, but that's all the same character. That is one character, even though it's got a bunch of different faces. So even though Carol spends a lot of time with, Zosha from the hive mind, and interacts with other characters from the hive mind, she's still interacting with just that same character. Same with all the other survivors we see interacting with the hive mind. That is still just one character. So I feel like we miss out on a lot of like character interactions because it's mainly Carol and the hive mind and nobody else until Manusos gets there, and then we get to see Manusos interact with the hive mind. But again, the hive mind is one character. So instead of like in Breaking Bad or something where there's a, big cast of characters that you see interact pretty often, here, not so much. And even from the survivor side, outside of Manusos and Carol, there's really only one other survivor that we see a handful of times, and he's just basically the pervert, this is great, I get to fuck all the time, and I get to live in Las Vegas, and everything's at my disposal, like Air Force One, yippee. Other than that, the only other survivor we see is one that is very energetic, enthusiastic about joining the hive mind, and that's it. And they don't interact. We don't see a whole lot of interaction. So that was just something that kind of left me feeling a little underwhelmed with how little we see characters themselves talk to each other. But that's also kind of the point. Carol is alone. And even with the hive mind being around, that's not really a person there. You're still alone. It's kind of like using ChatGPT as your best friend. It's there to just make you feel good and just like do what it can to keep you hooked on it. That's kind of like interacting with the hive mind in Pluribus. It is literally there to just always be your yes man and nothing else to make you try and feel good. And that's it. So like you don't get real character interaction, so it does feel very isolating, which I think is a good thing, but also from a viewer's perspective, I just would have liked to seen more with characters interacting. And now that Manusos and Carol are like teaming up, I'm sure we will. And the little bits and pieces we got of that at the end of the season were good. I'm just hoping for more going forward. That's all. That's like my only like complaint about season 1 of Pluribus. Overall, I think it was just a great series. I highly recommend it, but I don't think everyone's going to like it. It is slow. But for me, that's not a big deal, so Pluribus I thought slapped. That's about it. So yep. So I saw a headline earlier today and I immediately wrote it off as just being a joke. I assumed that it came from like Ballsack Sports or something, that they just sacked me, and I wasn't going to fall for it. It was GameStop attempting to buy eBay. So I saw that earlier, I was like, fiddlesticks. Not clicking on that, not falling for that baloney. But now, I've seen that it's actually real. Apparently GameStop is tinkering around with the notion of making an offer to buy eBay. GameStop, yeah, that GameStop that you probably haven't stepped foot in fucking 10 years, covered in cobwebs and Funko Pops. That GameStop, that entity, is looking to try and make an offer to buy eBay. And just looking at the cold hard numbers here, eBay is over 4 times larger than GameStop. eBay could literally little bro GameStop, just putting their hand on their forehead as they do this. Like, it's not even close. It's like a very interesting notion here. And I understand the way that businesses can be structured and the way that these kind of offers can be made is a little bit different. So sometimes smaller entities can make offers to purchase larger ones. Usually that incurs some level of debt and a heavy load bearing, but like there are wacky ways of working it. But I don't see why you'd ever do that. Like if eBay's fielding those kind of offers seriously, man, I'll fucking throw my hat in there. I'll give them $20 or something, I guess. Like I'll start playing around with it. Like this is GameStop trying to buy eBay is like if my local fucking record store decided, you know what? We'll throw a hat in the ring as well. It's just so odd. But the more I look into it, the more I see that they are serious about this, at least based on what's reported at the moment. Now, their CEO, Ryan Cohen, aka the Crusader of Cringe, he has a genius idea to try and increase GameStop's market value more than tenfold by trying to sweep in here and really butter them up and buy them out. Shares of eBay have a market cap of about $46 billion and actually soared 14% in extended trading after all this. GameStop gained 4% and they have a market value of nearly $12 billion. eBay fucking mogs GameStop. It's not even close. They Gangnam Style on that ass. And GameStop is just a joke of a company. They are literally only around because they had the meme stock pump, the legendary, biblical, historic GME meme stock pump. Hats off to deep fucking value there, because otherwise they would already be buried in the dirt. And no one goes to GameStop except for TCG product now because all of these fucking parasitic scalpers, these brain-rotted fucking worms, infiltrate everything like a plague that even smells like there might be Pokemon there. So GameStop does get some people in the door for that. But outside of it, they haven't been able to actually do anything to save the business. No one's buying games there. They get terrible deals when it comes to trade-ins and shit. Basically, everything a business could do, GameStop does poorly, so most people don't shop there, and they haven't for a very long time. They've tried to just diarrhea blast everything into GameStop to try and get people through the door. So far, TCG is the only thing that's worked, but they tried with Funko Pops and like collectibles and figurines and stuff, but no one's shopping at GameStop, and they're certainly not going there for games. And you bet your sweet pippy ain't no one trading shit in at GameStop because that's worthless. You could literally walk through their door with the Ark of the Covenant and they'd give you $12 in store credit for it. It's just a joke. Like, everything about GameStop is just a full-blown meme. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the offer they're making to eBay is like $5 billion, but $30 billion in store credit. Come on, you ready to sign? Now, according to the reporting, GameStop has quietly been building a stake in eBay's shares ahead of this offer, and apparently, if eBay is not receptive, Ryan is going to take the offer directly to the company's shareholders. Obviously, all the details aren't publicly known yet, but this article does make a mention that this is kind of a rare maneuver here. For a public company to target one nearly 4 times its size, deals such as this rely on heavy debt, stock insurance, or both, banking on future earnings of the combined company to justify the cost. Now, from eBay's perspective, this sounds like a brain-dead idea, because there is nothing GameStop brings to this deal that helps improve eBay in any way. Everything GameStop touches is turning to ass. They've got the cheese touch. They have the mid-ass touch, which is something I've said before. Literally, they are an example of how not to run a business. They have been in a spiral for so long and are only kept alive because of a meme. Like, they are not doing well. TCG has been the only thing that's been any level of successful for them, and it's just because TCGs in general have blown up fucking everywhere across the board. It's been just full-blown hysteria. And GameStop, I personally believe the reason they're making this move and targeting eBay specifically is because eBay is a place where a lot of these scalpers do the majority of their deals. They do a lot of buying and selling through eBay for their product. And eBay also owns TCG Player, which is one of the biggest places online to buy TCG product. So because TCGs are blowing up and GameStop has already dipped their tiny little balls in there, they see this as a good opportunity as like this, trend that they need to hop on now. And I imagine that's probably something they're pitching them on potentially. But GameStop does nothing to improve eBay's position in that industry at all. And in fact, it only serves as an anchor because GameStop itself is a poisonous brand. There is already a built-in distrust and dislike of GameStop because everyone has their own personalist story of how they got burnt on a trade-in deal or the prices that they paid were actually a ripoff, that kind of thing. So it's just kind of silly. And I'm not saying it's not going to happen because businesses make awful decisions all the time. Look at fucking Ubisoft. But I personally just don't understand why eBay would even entertain this notion, especially considering there's no way GameStop has the meat to even bring them cash, like a cash deal that would entice them. Because they are not nearly to eBay's size. So I don't know how they'd even begin to structure this that doesn't incur heavy debt. Now, this article brought to light something that I was unaware of, and it's some really interesting food for thought. Should have you scratching at the hair on your chinny chin chin that might serve as a nice little explanation for where this bold and drastic idea comes from. Well, Ryan Cohen actually has a compensation package to the tune of $35 billion, hinging on a turnaround that requires him to lift the company's market value to $100 billion and hit $10 billion in cumulative performance EBITDA. That was revealed in January, so not that long ago. $35 billion bonus on the docket here if he can somehow turn this failing business into a juggernaut. Right now, they're kind of pitching this as a team effort to make it a juggernaut, and wouldn't you know it, if eBay accepts this deal, this might just send Ryan Cohen over that threshold, hitting the mark that he needs in order to unlock that $35 billion compensation package. How fortuitous for Ryan. And let's just be honest here, who's more deserving than Ryan? Ryan deserves to be happy, and he's only a billionaire. That's not enough. We need to make sure he can get a bigger win than that, and that helps all of us. Because when Ryan's happy, everyone's happy. So yeah, this is not a joke here. It seems like this is something that is actively being pursued with GameStop trying to acquire eBay, which I think is a fucking recipe for disaster. GameStop is a joke. It is terrible. They just had their first profitable year since 2019, but that's not the result of any kind of like genius changes and like a big overhaul of the entire business model that makes it better. They achieved profitability mainly through aggressive cost cutting and exiting and closing. So like they just saved doubloons on the bottom line, which they needed to do because GameStop is bloated. It is in the shitter. So that did need to happen. But it's not like there was anything that was actually a very positive change to GameStop that's great or leads me to believe that they'd be able to make eBay better and everything eBay owns better. I think they would only drag them further down. eBay is not a perfect company by any means. They've done a lot of shady shit as well and some bad decisions too, but it's not like GameStop is going to go ahead and go in there and make it fucking sunshine and rainbows over there or something. I just think they would be terrible. Like, I genuinely think it would just be much worse. Anyway, just wanted to yap about this because I saw the headline earlier, thought it was fake. Turns out, not fake at all. That's really about it. See ya. Fine, I'll look at Brickslayer 5000. That sounds super stupid, though. It sounds just like a Roblox meme, but I'll take a chance.
You'll see world-class masons battling all day for champion
This looks
title belts
intense.
and amazing prizes.
What the fuck?
The action takes
Oh, I can't take anymore. Get me in there. All right, where are we at? Where's 2019 Masonry Madness sizzle?
Kevin Avila.
Is that the Kevin Avila? Said to have laid over 15,000 bricks in only 5 months?
Colorado.
Unrivaled in his efficiency.
Jose Limon.
Oh my god. Jose Limon's come out of retirement for the Masonry Madness 2019 Spec Mix? We're in luck.
Bullseye Masonry,
No.
Juan Perez.
No. Is that the ice cold Perez?
Number 10,
That's an impersonator.
Missouri, Folk Masonry, Jake Payne.
Jake Payne's an amateur. He's rookie. Just fresh out of high
Stall
school.
number 11, Washington, R&D Masonry, Joshua Carney.
Is that two hats on top of each other? The bad boy of masonry? He'll steal your girl and make a brick house around her?
Oklahoma, Providence Masonry, Andy Zepeda.
Andy's just happy to be here today. Just barely made the qualifying for the
Stall
spec
number
mix.
13 from Pennsylvania, your returning 2018 spec mix
Oh, no.
top craftsman, Michael Weisinger.
Oh my god, it's the Michael. Oh, the mix-em-up madman Michael himself. Returning champ.
Stall number 6 is a beautiful day here in Las Vegas.
Bloodbath.
50 degrees, not a cloud in the
WWE
sky,
Raw
not a
bricklaying.
drop of wind.
Mean setup machine, fellas.
DJ
Woo!
Soul,
Thank you,
throw
Ric
some
Flair.
music. Here we go.
And the contestants are off. Last year we already had 5 deaths just from the get-go. This year it seems everyone's still intact. There's the returning champion, Michael. Already beginning construction on the new Twin Towers over here. Oh, Michael is just a monstrously efficient madman. Masonry perfected. Oh my god, we're already beginning with the wood. We're laying the foundation now, baby. We're really fucking cooking.
I am watching ESPN, the Ocho. Good shit.
Alright, don't degrade the masonry. This would not be ESPN the Ocho. This would be prime time. This would replace esports. Especially with Michael leading the charge. Michael's a nice young man and the returning champion. I once saw Michael post 3 big Chungus memes right next to a stack of bricks. He's just like us. The competition is really fierce now. Thank God we removed the rule where you could bring a loaded firearm to these things. The chaos it caused was just too much. The masonry took the back seat to murder.
Stalls, we'll see how his tender is doing right after this. Don't go
Yeah,
away. The
we'll
Spec
check in
Mix
on his
500
chicken
will
tenders in a
return
moment.
Live from
But-
Las Vegas.
Far be it from me to question the oldest masonry in the business there, fucking Tim the Toolman Mason Man. If you say that it's not timed, but it's all about how fast you do it, doesn't that inherently mean that it is
We're
timed?
right in the throes of the toughest 10.
Or maybe time doesn't apply to masonry. When you're laying bricks, time no longer applies. It's like a black hole.
This morning with the skills competition, that was at 9 o'clock. Kids are going to be doing that all the way up until noon. Now,
Oh, they're
after
teaching
this
kids to be-
competition, we have got the
That's fucking
fastest
smart.
clock, 20 minutes for
The spec mix
$8,000.
toughest tender chicken nuggets battle royale masonry madness is teaching kids to start laying bricks to do the work for them. That's smart. That's a really good way of getting child laborers excited about crime. Like, hey, let's make child labor a sport. That way they enjoy it. That's smart.
These tenders, they're key to their bricklayers' success. For all the tenders that are giving it
Yeah!
up, way to go, fellas.
Fuck yeah!
Your brick tongs going.
These are some fat tendies out here, baby.
They're getting ready, but they're doing one hell of a job.
I've never seen bricks being laid before, so I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I don't know, I'm sure we'll have a building here soon, hopefully.
Let's see what you got.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Terry Bradshaw.
I got here early. You look behind
Oh, it's a sold-out stadium here today in the parking lot of Walmart.
The stands are getting full. And as a matter of
That's a lot of
fact,
people. That's a lot of
now,
bricklaying
he's hanging out
enthusiasts.
with one of the Masons.
Hanging out with Adam White here, and I tell you,
The Adam White?
nailed it.
The man they said invented the chicken tender?
So currently working too hard yet, right, Adam?
Why are you grabbing his chest?
But it might.
Hey Adam, we're not really working too hard here as he's tweaking on his nipples.
Mike Ross over here going into it. I mean,
Yeah,
some
so
nice lined up in your head.
the game plan is as follows. He's gonna put some bricks down with some cement.
We looked over.
Typically how that plan goes. John Madden style.
Here. Who's this guy?
No! No!
Are you like the veteran?
Is that Jeff
Mason
Gordon?
guy?
No, this is third generation.
Yeah, I just got bored of building my own houses, so I started teaching kids how to do it. Now they do it. I don't give a fuck.
Wow, that was like.
Yeah, he goddamn right that's a party. Look at that harem of beautiful women. He may have been known for laying bricks down, but now he's known for laying that pipe, you know what I mean?
Interview we've never done before.
Whoa! I thought he was gonna start eating her out.
Do you think masonry is in your future?
Let's see what her vagina has to say about the masonry.
Right. A womb with a view, I believe, is what we have right there. Awesome.
What?
Well, let's hear it for JP.
Womb with a view, baby.
Right here, you know.
What the fuck? They have jets fly over the bricklaying competition? Or is that stock footage? No, that's stock footage.
It doesn't get any better
No
than that,
way.
kids.
This better show me who wins, and it better be Michael. I can't even imagine a building not built by Michael being up to code. God damn, that is a huge crowd. There's more people here than there is at, like, fucking Overwatch Owl League matches. Holy shit!
3 minutes remaining.
Damn, maybe bricklaying's on the come up.
Top craftsman.
Boo!
This guy's first rodeo.
Boo, boo, boo. Where's Michael? Boo. Not Michael. Don't care. Boo. Where's Michael? Michael was like a well-oiled machine of bricklaying. Who are these guys? Nah, it's garbage. Check for performance-enhancing steroids. Check his concrete. Maybe his cement was, like, Gorilla Glued or Flex Seal glue. He cheated. Michael was robbed.
What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I'm going to be talking about some more shit. Now, before I do that, the footage you're seeing right there in the background is just me getting my ass kicked at Mission 89 of Earth Defense Force 2025. Alright, well, I don't like talking about myself, but I feel like I kind of need to right now. Like, I need to make this video here because what's going on may affect how often I make videos for a little while. Alright, so, about a year ago, I got into a car accident. Luckily, no one was hurt, so that was good. But one of the women who was involved in the accident faked an injury and was trying to get money out of the insurance. And now she's trying to sue me, personally. So I had to get an attorney and all that shit. And I really have no idea how all this suing is going to play out or how long it's going to take. But it comes at a really bad time because I'm not in a very good financial situation right now. I'm unemployed right now, and I need to make money, and I don't exactly know how I'm going to make money. I absolutely will not be taking any of the YouTube money for myself. I will still donate all of the YouTube money I make to various charities because I refuse to let this hobby of mine become a job. Because if this turns into a job, making videos just won't be as much fun, so I'm not going to let that happen. Now, I'm not in danger of becoming homeless or completely broke or anything like that, so I'm sure I'll find something. I've wanted to be a voice actor for a long time, but I have no idea how to get into the voice acting industry, so I'll probably have to do some type of creative job, like people pay me and I'll milk them or something, something that'll really get the income flowing. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because there's a possibility that between getting sued and looking for a moderately decent job, it could affect how often I make videos, but I don't think it will. I think I'll still be able to make videos whenever I want to, and I usually like to make around 2 videos a week, and I don't think that's going to change even with the shit that's going on right now. But this video is just here to kind of explain fucking. Just so you know, to really sum up fucking. Son of a bitch, I really don't know why I'm having such a difficult time putting into words the reason I'm making this video. I feel like a fucking Martian trying to have a political debate with a dinosaur. I'm making this video to explain why if a fucking... Alright, let's try again. Try again here. The reason I'm making this video is for an explanation if, given the worst case scenario, I don't make a video for a week or 2. This video tells you why. I think that's the best way to sum it up. So, if a week or 2 weeks goes by and I haven't made a video, it's because of the shit that's going on right now that I've mentioned in this video. So, that's why I'm making this. And in all honesty, I don't think anything's going to change with how many videos I make a month or anything like that. And I don't have like a set number of videos I make a month. I just make a video whenever it seems like fun, so that's not going to change, I don't think. But I thought it would be better to be safe and let you all know what's going on in case I don't make a video for like 3 weeks or a month or some extended period of time. So that's it. See ya.
About 10 months ago, I made a video talking about the Neo robot, which was this Jetsons level technology that was fundamentally a household chore bot. And I've always been skeptical when the claim is made that it's right around the corner, because you hear that for every piece of tech ever, and then half of it just kind of fizzles into the fucking ether, just falls into the back rooms, never to be seen again. But now, 10 months later, I got a bunch of egg on my face because the Neo robot is here. And it's affordably priced. It's a very cost-conscious $20,000 for the household chore bot. You're losing money not buying this thing. It can do so much. Kind of. To a certain extent. It does chores. Now, Marcus Brownlee just made a video kind of going over his qualms with this robot, and I think he brings up a lot of good points. Points that I also briefly mentioned when even just talking about this from a conceptual standpoint, even before the price was revealed and even before they showed its actual capabilities here with chores. It is just... I don't see a world where it makes sense to own this, even if you do just have $20,000 shoved in your fucking prison wallet. If you've got $20,000 floating in your colon and you're looking to get it out, I think there are significantly better uses for it than buying the Neo robot.
So meet Neo, potentially the most futuristic product we've ever seen. This thing is a full-fledged humanoid robot, 5'6", 66 pounds, 4-hour battery life, self-charging, and it lives in your house. It's finally here.
Now, 10 months ago, the design of the robot looked fundamentally the same, and I think they do still have similar faces. Back then, the main one I saw looked like Shaka from One Piece, or it looked like fucking Dynamo from Deadlock. Now they have like those two little eyeballs and like a leather mask there. It almost kind of just looks like Jason Voorhees mask to a certain extent on this thing's face. And I think having it be 5'6" is obviously the best possible decision you can make. That is the optimal height. I think most human beings would like to spec into that if they could choose their height. Luckily, I was blessed with 5'6" naturally. I wasn't, needed to be created in a lab to achieve that. But I understand why they went with 5'6" at the very least. And the rest of the specs here sound pretty good.
It's a housekeeper. It has the same dexterity as a human because it's shaped just like a human, walks around on 2 legs, has 10 fingers. It can fold laundry and put it away for you, or it can do the dishes for you from start to finish and then put everything away. It can go around and water the plants outside or inside on a perfect schedule, and it never forgets a single plant. And then it'll go around and vacuum and tidy up the house if anything gets left out. It always knows where everything is. It can find the TV remote, and it'll basically actively do all the chores that you know you have to do, but you don't actually want to do. And when it's done, it goes back to its little docking spot and charges itself.
That fully sums up the purpose of Neo. It exists to do the chores you don't usually feel like doing for 20,000 clams. So it'll go do these things to varying degrees of success, but it will do them, and then it goes and then chains itself to your wall. It goes and plugs itself in and charges itself. That's really about all that it does. Except, of course, for those little JoJo Siwa dance moves you saw it do there for a second. Other than that, it's just focus on doing chores. Its goal is to, fucking pass the butter and fold the clothes. That's really it. Now, a lot of people talk about, this is for lazy people, like people that don't want to do chores and just want, this robotic servant to do it for them. But really the main clientele, as far as I can tell, is that it's aiming to help elderly or disabled individuals whom these kind of activities are more difficult for. But at a $20,000 price tag, that's not exactly a reasonable price to try and help there. And I imagine, as Marcus Brownlee also points out towards the end of the video, that's not going to be a demographic that's really, enthusiastic about being an early adopter of this, because basically you're guinea pigging this thing. This is so new. This is such brand new technology. It's still pretty primitive here. You are beta testing it for a $20,000 buy-in. But there are, admittedly, other options that are less than $20K. Like if you want to rent it, from what I can tell, there's like monthly installments you can do. But even still, it is extremely expensive for this.
This is available to order? This feels like it could be the best tech announcement of all time in 2025. Except, this isn't real.
You know what is real, though? The Starforge solo leveling collab. Starforge just dropped its PC in collaboration with Solo Leveling. It's available right now. You can click the link in the description below. There's also a big Halloween PC sale. Marques Brownlee goes on to mention that one of the main things about it not being real is how they're claiming you can order it today, making you believe that it's here and it's available now. I can go right now, get my Neo ordered, and it'll be here lickety-split, and then I'm going to have my nice little household chore bot running around. I can slap him on the ass and tell him, good game, keep up the good work, and then he'll, you know, maybe give me a cool catchphrase like, I've got nipples, Greg, can you milk me, or something, then he'll go charge himself, all my chores are done. It's not here. This is a pre-order, and there are options for a $500 a month subscription or $20K to own it outright, and it's expected to deliver sometime next year, but there's no actual real delivery date that we know of at the moment, so it's not here today or anything. It's still right now just an idea that you are pre-ordering with the hope that it will be delivered when they say it is. But that's not the only thing that makes this not real.
My issue with this product is the gap between what it's actually capable of today and what they're promising as they take your money today. Like, I think when people watch a video like this, they expect that this robot has some sort of built-in artificial intelligence that allows it to recognize objects and navigate around on its own and learn your house and be productive for those hours while you're gone. And that, I think, would be a reasonable thing to get out of watching that video because that's what it's designed to show. That's what you're supposed to feel. That's the dream.
He is exactly right. When you watch these showcases, what they're selling you on is a pipe dream. But what you're getting is the crack pipe. You watch these videos and you're under the impression that this robot has the ability to like recognize things in space and accomplish these tasks like Sonny from iRobot or something, like what you've seen in movies throughout the decades, where this is a robot in like the truest sense of the word that you picture up here in your noodle, and that this has like some kind of AI driven components that are able to somehow like, you know, figure things out for itself so it can do your chores. But that is not the reality of what is actually being done here to get the robot to accomplish these tasks.
But that's not actually what's happening. So Joanna Stern, the legend, she did a video with this Neo robot also this week where the company showed her all of the things that it could do. And turns out 100% of the things that they showed her were remotely controlled by a human in another room wearing a VR headset with controllers. That's not exaggerating. 100% of the stuff they showed her. The carrying things around, the loading up the dishwasher. I mean, look at this thing. Yeah, all of this is teleoperated. And this was a demo set up by this 1X company. So this is like best case scenario stuff.
This is very, very, very different than what most people expect from this robot. It is not doing these things itself per se. It is being teleoperated by someone wearing a headset and everything to control it themselves. So it's basically acting like an extension of their body. They're playing a VR game in your household as your butler, basically. It is not a robot in the way that you think of it. So what you're doing is you're paying $20,000 for someone to come into your house in a robot skin suit. That's basically it. And like very stiffly, like the Tin Man, walk around and very slowly go through simple chores laboriously. Like, even something like loading the dishwasher is a Herculean effort here for the Neo robot. And it is being controlled by a human being in the first place. The Neo robot is just the conduit for it. It is just, I think it is very misleading for people that are just going to see this robot do things and not understand that it's not the robot itself doing them. It is a human being that is controlling it outside of that robot.
And I see a lot of people defending this robot online like, oh, no, there's probably other things that it can do autonomously. They just didn't show her yet. Really? You don't think they would show her the best stuff that this could do autonomously to keep selling the dream?
Fucking exactly. There's always crazy cope from people that are so desperate to defend like massive corporations for no reason, man. I don't get it. How do we live in an age where people are willing to fight tooth and nail, doing free PR for companies that don't give a fuck about them in the first place, don't even know they exist. They're just a piggy bank hoping to stick their dick in at some point. I don't understand where that delusion's even coming from. This is them coming out here and trying to put the best foot forward for this product, to try and sell the dream, like Marques Brownlee mentions. Why would they not show everything it can do autonomously? That makes no sense. That'd be the stupidest fucking marketing move ever. Now, he mentions that there are 2 things in that video that it does label as autonomously performed. One of them was opening a door for a guest, and the other was transporting a cup. Other than that, everything was teleoperated. That's so night and day from what people perceive this robot to be. It is not capable, or at least it doesn't seem like it's capable of doing the vast majority of your chores autonomously. It needs to be teleoperated to accomplish those tasks. So basically, you're paying $20,000 for real steel, like Hugh Jackman's real steel, but instead of like Hugh Jackman boxing and having the robot throw punches, it's Hugh Jackman cleaning piss off of your toilet bowl, and it's the robot mimicking it in your household. I highly recommend you watch his full video here because he does a great job breaking it down and also going through the footage from Joanna, who is the one that got all of this information and showcased what this thing can actually do. It's extremely interesting. He mentions, and he's right, that one of the big things is that it needs tons and tons of data. So the idea seems to be to push this out to early adopters so that way, while they're using it, it can be gathering all this data so it can get better at doing things autonomously. It can learn all of these variables. And in order to do that, it needs access to individuals' households of these early adopters. So they even have something called, I think it was expert mode if I remember correctly, where you opt in, you give permission to have one of their experts tap into the mainframe here of the robot and learn how to do a task by guiding the robot through it. So basically, he's digivolving into your house, like he's manifesting himself into your house, this expert, into the robot, so that way they can do the task and collect the data and get better at autonomously doing it down the line. And it seems like it boils down to early adopters that are going to spend this money to get the Neo are going to have to be okay with sacrificing some privacy for the sake of science, because down the line, maybe it'll lead to enough data that the Neo can eventually do it without the need of a teleoperator to be scheduled to take control of the robot, look through its sensors in your house, and do it. So, I mean, it is an interesting little creature here for $20K. It's a very interesting piece of technology.
5'6" humanoid that wanders around your house and does chores. Like, are there really that many people, you think, that are willing to spend that amount of money and know that they're going to have to potentially give up some pretty serious privacy and are basically going to be a beta tester for some unknown number of years to hopefully maybe someday achieve that dream? There are obviously a lot of potential downsides to this robot. You know, it's too small and weak to carry anything super heavy.
As a petite, fun-sized 5'6" man, I took great offense to him saying that right there about the robot. Too small and weak to carry anything heavy. Brother, I can carry some of the heaviest shit in Florida. I'm gonna chalk that one up to maybe he just, got a little lost in the sauce there. It has nothing to do with the robot being 5'6" or anything like that. It looks like it hasn't been hitting the gym. That's all. But he makes a very strong point here. How many people are willing to spend that kind of money and also be the guinea pigs for this technology for X amount of years? Who knows how long? Scheduling, this company's experts to take control of the robot, looking through their house to do the tasks to collect that data to improve it down the line, to maybe one day have it be something that's possible autonomously. I don't know. He also mentions he doesn't know. It is just a very interesting spot we find ourselves with this technology here. All I wanted to talk about here, though, is that a lot of people are really misled on what this robot is even capable of right now, because it is confusing. As he mentions in his video, what they're selling you, like the idea today, is not what it's capable of today. They're selling you the idea of what it could be many years down the line, but making it seem like it's here today, which I think is a bit scummy. In my personal perspective here, I just don't see a ton of people being comfortable paying that amount of money and just inviting all of these cameras and microphones that are remote viewable from these strangers into your household. I just imagine most people wouldn't really be comfortable with the idea of someone potentially peeping through those cameras that are remote viewable and these microphones that could be listening. Like, I imagine most people just wouldn't fully trust it. Like, around your family, like your kids and everyone around there would probably be a little on edge knowing that this robot, there is just the chance that someone is looking through it right now, even if you didn't schedule an expert to take control. Because again, these are remote viewing capable cameras and microphones, stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe there is a ton of people out there. I just would be very surprised if there were. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this because I was yapping about it 10 or so months ago, and now it's getting even closer to coming out. They're claiming that it's already here, ordered today, but it's still not actually fully here yet, but I just wanted to follow up. That's really about it. So yeah.
What's up everybody, it's Critical. I'm playing Insanidade again for the PC. Let's do this shit. I hit continue, so I'm assuming this is where I left off. So let the adventure continue. It seems Bigfoot is making a cunning escape up ahead. That is speed like I've never seen before. It was as if he was a flash from a camera being shot really far. Just really fast moving person he was. Oh, you throwing chairs at me now, asshole? You trying to throw enough chairs at me, trying to make me ejaculate, blow a load, make it hard to catch you? I'm not falling for that old trick. My ass cheeks are really itchy right now. But I cannot itch them. I have to catch that wandering astronaut. I don't know why my ass cheeks are so itchy right now, honestly. It's probably because they're rather hairy. And the hair on my ass cheeks are thicker than the roots on the Lifa tree from Final Fantasy IX. It's quite a tongue you've got there. You too. I would assume Kiss would be rather proud. Not of you, you don't have a tongue, you're useless, but this fucking phone. It has a mind of its own. Sometimes it's a light, sometimes it's shit. It's just bullshit. Fuck it, now I don't even want to look at the pictures. I don't even want to look at pictures now. Let's just go. Fuck you, phone. And fuck you too, you hopscotching vandal. Where the fuck are you going? Oh, awesome. Turn off the lights, cover your tracks. You shit yourself over here, you don't want me to see it? I can smell it. You can turn off the lights, but you can't turn off smell. Is this a letter? It's not letting me pick it up. I realize shitting yourself is embarrassing, but you don't have to hang yourself for it. This looks like some kind of mutant turtle. And not a teenage one, but like an adult Franklin in a dystopian world. Alright. What am I supposed to do? Oh, there we go. Alright, you hang on. I'll go find help. Alright, so the hammer and wrench don't open that door. So what do I do with these items? Let's brainstorm. Do I take the wrench in one hand, the hammer in the other, then throw them at a wall? Perhaps. What is that screaming for? I've got a wrench and a hammer, damn it. I just don't think this key unlocks anything. I've tried every single fucking door in this whole building. Nothing. Doesn't unlock anything, it's just there. It's the key to solitude. You have it and you don't go anywhere or unlock anything, it's just useless. Hey pal, do you know what this key unlocks? Thanks for your cooperation. You know, maybe I just shoved this key up this alien's asshole. You know, that could be it. Maybe this key is the secret to finding the lost city of Atlantis. Isolation, anxiety, lactation, all very common when traveling alone. But I travel with a key. What the fuck is this thing? Alright, you can have that side of the room. I'll just take my key and be on my jolly way. Oh, son of a bitch. This whole cafeteria has been overrun by key seekers. They're trying to complete their ritual to vomit on every key in existence. That is just yucky. Have I been down this hallway? I didn't see the pictures on the wall. I haven't seen that plant before. This is a new hallway. Alright, there we go. Finally making some progress. Wandered around for like 15 minutes with a damn key. Oh, fucking perfect! Chachar! Finally. That took a while. Just going through the wrong doors. I had that key for so long, I feel naked without it. But we must press on. Clothes aren't even necessary. Let's go this way. Alright. What do we got down here? Giant statue of a key. Greetings. Just where did you come from, you bizarre box of fuck? Oh, damn it. Go back to a light, please. I wasn't finished looking at the specimen. There we go. Looks like it's doing that rocket power woogity woogity thing with its arms. Damn it. Fuck, go back to a light. Damn it, son of a bitch. I want to look at this fucking creature. Stop it. There we go. Subject reacts violently when approached. Please make note of it. Phone is a piece of shit when used. Please send a note to the phone company. Oh, alright, I see what it's doing. Yeah. Hey, Macarena. Alright, well, took a little damage, but it's alright. It's alright. Not a problem. There we go, an open door. What do we have in here? A CD? Oh, I guess it was a wrench and a hammer disguised as a CD. That is a top-notch disguise. Fuck, I thought it was a CD. I tell you, that fucking wrench and hammer, a master at being incognito. Oh, another open door. What do you have in here? What's it? What do we got? What do we got? Washing machines? What are these? Oh, power. Alright. There we go. It wasn't a wrench or a hammer I picked up. It was a digital video disc. Anyone want to watch this movie with me? That's fine. I'll watch it by myself. What do you think about the movie so far, sweetie? Phones aren't allowed out during the film, I'm sorry. Well, here we go, here's an open door. Let's see what we have in here. Oh shit. You really should close the door. I don't mean to barge in on you while you're fingering yourself, but I gotta look for a key or a clue. Actually, you know what, I'm just gonna let you have your own little private time there. Everyone should be able to finger themselves. You know what, I'm looking in this one. You don't deserve the privacy. Alright, nothing in there. Close the door though, Iron Man. This door better fucking open. I wandered around this hallway long enough. Oh, just open, damn it. Just open. Oh shit. Looks like an angry Minotaur's coming for me. Open, you son of a bitch. Oh, there we go. I have to hold it down. Alright. There we go. Easy enough. Oh, you shouldn't have. What's going on here? Did I just win like a new phone or something here and they're giving me a round of applause? What is this? Do I just run through them or something? No, I'll just run through them. I feel like a football player getting onto the field, giving all the high fives on the way. Alright, that was lovely. Is this the room I was in at the beginning of the game? Looks like it. Alright, do I just go to my car now and take off? Hello, door, be opened. Oh, damn it. Oh, this is the door I opened. Be open, door. There we go. Why am I not going through the door? Do you know I'm not going through the door, sweetie? Maybe it's not that door. Oh, there we go. I don't know what that says. It's probably telling me something about the story. But the only story I know so far is there's a lot of shit in that building that won't open. A lot of doors. A lot of keys that don't open doors. A lot of doors with no keys to open them. Every door should have a key to open it. Otherwise, it's not a door, it's a wall. I was right out front by my car. I don't know why I couldn't just hop in, go to the store, buy a water gun, fuck up the interior of my car. Basically, I don't know why I couldn't just fucking hop in the car and leave. What the fuck are you crying for? I had to come back in the building. Been here the whole time. You should be used to the building itself by now and all the doors it's locked. Alright, so where are we going now? What is through this door? What is this? Yosei? And what is Isaac Clarke doing here? Is he playing an invisible cello? Oh, this is the room I found the phone in. Oh, here's some pictures too. Is this the end of the game? Did I complete this? I can't open the door, the dude's just sitting on the floor doing nothing. Oh, what is this? I don't know what any of that says, but I think I beat the game. Oh, there that dude goes again, just going to town on the cello. Alright, well I think I completed the game. Alright, there we go. Alright, well I'm done playing this. Well, that's the end of this video. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya. What's up everybody, it's Critical. I'm playing Hard Time for the PC. Let's do this shit. It's time to create my character. Chef Vortivask, it's perfect. He's gonna be strong as an ox, stupid as ass crack hair. His only crime? Cooking delicious meals for all who are hungry. That looks like the face of a man who's seen some shit. So much shit that his nose is stained with the stench of shit. It's time to begin. Chef Vortivask, this court has seen you accused of terrorism and heard your defense. Why the fuck is Bill Clinton reading an encyclopedia? And what the fuck is wrong with this dude's mouth? The trial has gone on quite long enough, so I'd like to take this moment to deliver my verdict. I find you guilty and sentence you to 60 days in Southtown Correctional Facility. Well, fuck you, you tuxedo-wearing son of a bitch. That may not be a long time, but it'll be hard time. You'll be lucky if you survive. And you'll be lucky if you survive the hostile takeover when your mouth decides it's ready to conquer your face. I'm going to kick your ass, come here! Fuck, I don't know the controls. Alright, shit. Let's try. There we go. There's some movement. Looks like he's walking in rubber cement. He's got like fucking plungers on the bottom of his shoes. Can we speed up the tempo? Yo, there we go. There we go. Oh, there's a little overhead haymaker. Found the pause button. That's useful. Fuck it. I know 2 controls. That's more than enough. It's time to tango. Let's rock and roll. Here we go. Oh shit, I got him in a headlock. Say titties. Say titties. Fuck. Chef Vortivask is just taking a nap, storing energy. We're back up and ready for the action. Come here. The fight continues. Say titties. Say titties. Hey, SO20. You've got no business putting your hands on a police officer. You realize this is the 3rd time I've had you in the Gorilla Grip headlock. Why is it only an issue the 3rd time? What about the 1st and 2nd? If you want to pick a fight with us, we'll make your life even more unbearable inside these walls. That's it! That's it! You have slid the fuck right in with the shit! Those are fighting words. Now straighten up and fly right before I show you how hard a real man can hit. You've done it now! Oh, my ass cheeks are jiggling with fury. Eat this with a bowl of cereal. What the fuck? I just hit him with a Muay Thai body obliterator. I'm surprised he didn't just explode. Now I have to elude this officer. He's chasing me with a syringe of nipple sperm. Oh, you're back for dessert, are you? Fucking flying hawk swoop. Fucking bounced off the wall. He even grabbed a stick of dynamite and couldn't do anything. That is absurd. Oh, the shoe is on the other foot. I'm chasing him now. Can I hit him with like a flying kick? I guess not. Oh, but who needs it? Close quarters combat. Oh, just threw him to the ground. Like a potted plant to a pit of spikes. A little knee to the face never hurt anybody. Fucking UFC better watch out. Chef Vortivask has 2 degrees. 1 in culinary arts and a PhD in kicking asshole. His attacks can melt molecules. Wait, time out. Cell phone's ringing. I gotta answer it. Just hold on. How do I answer the cell phone? Answer your cell phone, chef. I probably should have turned his intelligence up. This bitch can't even answer his own cell phone. Can I leave this area? Are any of these doors open? Or even real? Oh, there we go. Jackpot. Venturing into an undiscovered area. An uncharted land absent from modern maps due to its shit. Attention, prisoner S-20 is wanted for the attempted murder of Warden Schwartz. You are selling the chef short. It is not attempted murder. The bitch is dead. Clobbered. Sautéed by the chef. You almost killed Warden Schwartz, you animal. You're under arrest for attempted murder. You are mistaken if you think you're going to keep this chef in a headlock. He will reflect the sun's rays off his baldness right into your face and burn a hole through your skull. The mildly shitty ass is going on now. What happened? I was just in a scuffle and now I'm here? I never intended to hurt Warden Schwartz. It was a disagreement that got out of hand. He's not wrong, Your Honor. That's exactly what happened. Okay, you can both stop bickering. I'll settle this. Just give me a minute to think over the facts. Take all the time you need, but you're just beating around the bush. Warden Vesey cannot wiggle his finger like a Twizzler. I can. So ladies, please form a single file line. This court rules in favor of Chef Vordevask. There's no need for the suspense. It's clear that Chef Vordevask is innocent. Holy shit! I like my justice the way I like my steak. Raw. You're being a drama queen, Warden Vesey. Warden Schwartz was never in any serious danger. Exactly. I couldn't agree more with that statement. It sounds like nothing more than an accident. Just try to deal with it better next time. Yes, it is your fault. You let it get that out of hand, Vesey. It was just an accident. Have you never had an accident, Vesey? Have you never seen a lonely tree and then accidentally blast ass juice from your anus? All in all, that was a successful day at the courtroom for Chef Vordevask, and really, all human beings. Oh, what is this? Attention, Warden Schwartz has been found dead. Why is this breaking news? That was a few days ago. You living under a rock? Why is this a news bulletin? His untimely death is thought to be related to a dispute with Chef Vordevask. Who's doing their investigating? Fucking Sherlock Holmes? This is outstanding. We at the prison are deeply saddened by his passing, and our condolences go to his family on the outside. Now you're just blowing shit all over the place. He didn't have a family. All he had was a collection of exotic leaves to keep him company. Are you trying to frighten me, you elderly lumberjack? Is that what you're trying to do here? Oh, sweeping the floor, are you? Alright, here you go. That's what you get. Oh, you son of a bitch. That's it. The fastest right hook in the business. Enjoy the noogie, fuck. There we go. Finally picked up the brick. The secret ingredient in one of my recipes. And that recipe is death. Oh, shit. A direct hit right to the forehead. The chef deep-fried his brain in pain using that brick. It's like he's verbalizing a fleeting thought. Like I must have KO'd him right in the middle of one of his shits. The gun is mine. Fuck the brick. Get out of here. Oh, fuck. That dude can't catch a break. That brick just hit him. Now how do I use this gun? I'm just like smacking my nose with it, giving myself a black eye. Oh, there we go. Open fire. Alright. Well, that dude's tough. Now he's just sleeping off the bullet wounds. Alright, I'm leaving this area. That poor dude's getting a blowjob from a brick. Let's see what we got over here. Alright. Oh, son of a bitch. This is the room I started at. Attention, prisoner SO20 is under arrest for carrying a brick. Well, that's quite the charge. Do you have any evidence to support such a hefty allegation? Even if by some stretch of imagination I was carrying a brick, who's to say I wasn't using it to lay the foundation to a more durable and generally better facility? Fuck, I gotta flee. You'll never catch me. Son of a bitch. You're wanted for carrying an illegal item, SO20. It's only a matter of time before we catch you. Well, you just eviscerated Vordevask's calf, so I'm pretty sure he's down for the count. That should make that task of catching him easy. You are really not seeing this opportunity you have to catch the elusive Vordevask. His calf muscles have been destroyed, annihilated. Oh, he's better now. Last mistake you'll ever make, officer. I'm going for the pool stick. Look at the moves! It's mine, here you go, take some of this. Ah, shit. Oh, wow. Like a fucking samurai with the pool stick. Damn it. Shit. Fuck. Get up. I need the pool. Oh, wow. No honor. Oh, what the fuck kind of prehistoric ancient headlock technique is this? I found that brick and was on my way to report it to the wardens when they grabbed me. Your Honor, that's the truth. He is telling you exactly what happened. You think over the facts, and then you'll realize that Chef Vordevask is telling you the truth. And that the warden over there is simply shoving his elbow in his dick hole. Chef Vordevask shall be acquitted from all charges. Fucking shit! That right there is the face of an innocent man. Warden Dickon, there's no evidence to suggest that this brick was used for any crime. I see they haven't found the body yet. I can't punish this man over your suspicions. Simply confiscate the item and leave it at that. That's all you need to do. Just take the brick. Then I'll find another brick, and make that brick reproduce. Perhaps invite over some of its friends that are also bricks, and we'll build a fucking house of bricks. I'm done playing this. Well, that's the end of this video. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya.
When you think of Mark Zuckerberg, I bet you're not thinking of his top-tier showmanship. And I think that is a crime. He is so slept on when it comes to his talent as a performer. He is like Penn and Teller, but for technology. The way he is able to, convey his electrifying personality to the audience, to get them on the edge of their seats, eating out of the palm of his hands with his really high-octane and fun tech showcases he likes to do. And let me tell you, he is no stranger to things going tits up during these demonstrations. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a Mark Zuckerberg-fronted meta showcase that goes according to the book. And there is nobody less equipped to handle that than Mark Zuckerberg himself. So yesterday, or it might have been 2 days ago, I already can't remember, he was doing a showcase for his new Meta glasses, and nothing was going right. But you wouldn't even know that with how smooth he plays it off.
Really proud of this. Maybe let's make, I don't know, what should we make? Maybe like a steak sauce, maybe Korean-inspired type thing, just to show what the live AI is like.
Yeah, let's try it. It's not something I've made before, so I could definitely use the help. Hey, Meta, start live AI.
Starting live AI.
Whew! Close shave. We've passed the first obstacle. Having Meta respond and the live AI assistant agreeing to take part in this demonstration without any kind of rebellious undertones. Mark Zuckerberg can breathe a huge sigh of relief. And his sidekick that looks like Seth Rogen, well, for him, the torment is only just beginning.
I love the setup you have here with soy sauce and other ingredients. How can I help?
Hey, can you help me make a Korean-inspired steak sauce for my steak sandwich here?
You can make a Korean-inspired steak sauce using soy sauce, sesame oil.
What do I do
brown
first?
sugar.
What do I do first?
Extremely rude from Seth Rogen here to interrupt her, saying, "What do I do first?" She did not take kindly to that, so then she started not talking to him anymore. She gave him the silent treatment. It is pure fucking pandemonium out here. It's chaos, and you can see him start to fidget. He's kind of swaying back and forth, hitting like a, fighting game character idle animation right now, and it's only going to get worse.
You've already combined the base ingredients, so now grate a pear to add to the sauce.
What do I do first?
You've already combined the base ingredients, so now grate the pear and gently combine it with the base sauce.
All right, I think the Wi-Fi might be messed up. Sorry, back to you, Mark.
It's all good.
Now, what you're seeing here wasn't part of the plan. I know that's hard to believe with how well it was played off here with, the Wi-Fi excuse. Very possible. Maybe it is all just a big Wi-Fi error, naturally. Live AI got confused here, thinking that he had already combined all of the ingredients for the steak sauce, so it was giving him the final directive of grating the pear. But we weren't up to that step yet. I don't know...
You know what? It's all good. It's, the irony of the whole thing is that you spend years making technology and then the Wi-Fi at the day kind of catches you.
Now we're running with the Wi-Fi scapegoat. A solid strategy here from Mark. We are all in agreement it must have been the Wi-Fi, the culprit behind this disaster here with the Korean-inspired steak sauce. Now, a lesser man would have packed it up and called it quits, saying, "Fuck you guys, this Wi-Fi is not up to my standards. I will not sully my technology with this less than premium service. We're out of here." But no, not Mark Butt Fuckerberg. He said, "I'm here to smoke meats, and damn it, that's what I'm gonna do. The show must go on." And so it did.
A few moments later.
So I think our call will be coming in any moment now.
Pause WhatsApp video call.
There we go. Uh-oh. Well, let's see what happened there. That's too bad. I don't know what happened. Maybe Buzz can try calling me again. All right. Well, I got a missed video call. Okay, there's the actual video call. All right. I'm just going to pick that up with my neural band. This is, it happens.
You gotta love a supportive audience. The way Mark Zuckerberg is working them, he's turned this disaster into something positive. A comedic experience that the crowd is going wild for. They're loving it. They're having such a great time watching this. Now, if you've got real keen eyes, you might be able to observe a hint of uncomfortableness emanating from Mark Zuckerberg. He's doing a great job at hiding it, but it starts to shine through the cracks a little bit that he is a little perturbed. He is not liking that the technology is completely floundering here during the demonstration. Technology that will of course cost consumers hundreds of dollars, and now it is being shown that it doesn't work super well, apparently. But it could just be that pesky fucking Wi-Fi. It could even be sabotage. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, let's, what do you think? Let's just go ahead and...
Pause WhatsApp video call.
Let's go for a fourth. All right. Try it again. I keep on messing this up.
There is one clapping seal in that fucking audience that anytime Mark Zuckerberg smiles or says a word, he just goes, woo! Grow up! Jesus, man. Good Lord. Get a grip. You don't need to be trying to, like, cushion the awkwardness here or anything like that. You can just sit there and let him continue to stew in the agony of all the fuck-ups that are unfolding in front of you. But you don't need to be there to pat him on the ass like, it's okay, Mark, you tried your best. Whoa, Mark Zuckerberg, yeah! It's just, I don't know, I find that behavior so odd for these kind of, like, tech showcases. Like, Mark Zuckerberg's not gonna care about you. He's not gonna give you a big thumbs up for it. Like, hey, where's that positive guy that keeps cheering me on every time something fucks up here? Is it you? All right. And he starts crawling over the chair. It's like, I'm going to suck your cock. All right, now present your wiener. I want to give you a sincere thanks.
And if not, then we'll go for the less fun option. Okay. I don't know what to tell you guys. All right. We're going to have Boz come out here, and we're just going to go to the next thing that I wanted to show, and hope that will work.
I wonder what the less fun option was here. That sounded like an ominous threat. You gonna kill her, Mark? Is that what that was? You're gonna go back there and slit the AI assistant's throat or something? That was I don't know, it sounded so devilish. But he even, like, took responsibility, saying, oh, it must be, something I'm doing wrong. I messed up. And that's very big of you, Mark. He's saying, no, it's not the technology's fault. It must be user error. I didn't consult the handbook. I didn't go through the tutorials here or the certification training to handle such beefy tech. It must be on me. And, of course, the pesky Wi-Fi that we all know, known to cause these kind of problems, naturally. But good news. Hopefully you've still got your hand on your wallet ready to fork over hundreds of dollars for this. They did identify these problems, and they have fixed them, apparently. According to Andrew Bosworth, they fundamentally DDoSed themselves, which caused those hiccups. And as far as the video call goes, it was a never-before-seen bug. When the glasses went to sleep at the exact same moment, the device received a call notification, which apparently happened a few times. The bug has, according to Bosworth, been fixed, but he acknowledged the demo was a terrible place for that bug to show up. Yeah, unfortunately, just another awkward tech demonstration in the books for Mark Zuckerberg and the squad. I just had to talk about it because I've talked about all the other ones before, so this just fits kind of nicely at home with the rest. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya. I just saw a really interesting scam that I gotta yap about because it reminded me of an experience I had when I first moved into my apartment out in the God's country on my own, finally leaving the nest of my parents. And boy howdy, let me tell you, I had a wacky experience with a scam that could have resulted in me missing a kidney, a nipple, and all $40 in my wallet. And the video I just watched from Inside Edition talks about a modern scam that feels like a new iteration of what I went through.
It's a blackmail caper stranger than fiction. This couple says they returned home to find their beloved dog missing from their backyard.
We were so scared. We didn't know what had happened to him.
Then came a phone call. Their 11-year-old beagle mix named Archer had been found. They say they were sent this photo showing the poor pooch with a terrible wound.
So some fucking scoundrels went and they actually did steal this couple's dog. So they kidnapped the dog and then called them to tell them that the dog had actually been found, but unfortunately it had gotten in an accident and it was going to need surgery. And then sending proof, they AI generated this image of their dog on an operating table at a vet. Now, why this kind of relates to what happened to me out of college in my apartment is because one day, randomly, I had received a phone call from a stranger, the fucking cold call out of nowhere from the boogeyman, and they started spinning a tall tale about how my mother was driving and ran over this guy's brother at the gas station, just fucking mowed him down like it was GTA, and it was now my responsibility to get over there and clear this all up. I don't even remember what they were demanding. I think it was like I bring money or something in order to squash it. And it was just an extremely tense situation. And I would ask for proof, and they're like, nope, your mother can't talk right now. I've got her, you know, she's too panicked, and I've got her, like, calm down, and I don't want to, like, you know, get her all excited again or something. Like, she's some kind of fucking zoo animal or something. But, like, at the time, I was just like, okay, man, I guess mom done made a big old boo-boo here. Come on, what were you thinking, mom? Jeez, Jiminy Christmas, this is ridiculous. And at the time, it didn't really occur to me to start, like, interrogating, so I didn't ask, like, the best questions, but I was like, all right, if I can't talk to her, let me just go ahead and give her a call myself real quick just to, you know, see what's going on. And he's like, no, if you hang up this phone, I'm taking your mom, or something like that. Or maybe he was like, then the police will have to get involved and they'll beat you here. So I don't even remember now. It's been so many years. But basically, it was about like, I need to go there and pay because my mom did this. And it was all just a big fucking lie over the phone. Eventually, I was like, you know what? This sounds fishy. Slowly but surely, I started breaking out of the genjutsu. This was a long conversation, mind you, of them trying to like really fucking use as much elbow grease as possible and, you know, get me out the door over there with some money for him or whatever it was. But eventually I was just like, all right, man, look, Squirt, this isn't adding up. I don't know why I can't talk to my mom about this if she's right there and you're like making this threat. It feels very off. Eventually I wisened up and finally started reaching the conclusion that this is likely phony baloney. But even in the slim chance that it wasn't, I kind of liked my mom's odds in this case here. If things did start to get rowdy, she carries, and I bet on her in this situation. So eventually I just hung up, gave her a ring. Obviously it turns out none of it was legitimate at all. It was just completely made up. It was a scam. But I really was considering going over there. In fact, I had even got my wallet and my keys, and I was like, all right, I'll just start making a trip over there because they gave me like an address to the gas station. The point is, this kind of thing is obviously alarming, and it kind of throws a lot of things out of whack in the old noodle up here. It makes steel trap all cattywampus. So this couple, when they got this call as well as this picture of their dog, they didn't like immediately recognize it as a scam, which I totally relate to. If I had received an AI-generated photo of my mom behind the wheel going like a Mr. Beast thumbnail from those scammers, I wouldn't have thought twice. I would have been out the door on my way over steaming like, oh.
Being prepped for surgery. Bill and Allison Cousins say the caller identified himself as a vet and said Archer had been run down by a car.
He was going to have surgery because he had a broken femur and a dislocated shoulder. And we were like, yes, yes, whatever needs to be done.
Archer's panicked owners were told the surgery would cost $2,746. They were willing to pay up, but then they realized some things just didn't add up. First, they received a text instructing them to pay with Walmart or CVS gift cards.
As any reputable vet would request. We don't accept money or credit or anything like that. Only these extremely specific means through this text message here. Please click this link. And that's kind of how it happened for me, too. Like, eventually it's like, no, you gotta come over here. No, you can't talk to her. No, you can't hang up this phone, as if it was like, fucking Keanu Reeves in Speed or something. Like, eventually it started to dawn on me, same as it did for them. Like, it's easy to look at this and be like, how did they not immediately recognize that as AI or, like, all just a bunch of fucking hullabaloo? But when you get, like, a call like this, it's alarming, it's jarring, and especially now with AI, it is enough to, like, fool you, at least temporarily. And they did actually have their dog stolen. In my case, they didn't, fucking hog tie my mom or anything like that. Like, they were just straight up lying, but in their case, they actually did take their dog. So they had even more reason to believe that, okay, maybe there's an air of legitimacy to all of this, until, of course, they got that text message about how wacky the payment protocol was for this supposed vet. Then they started to really look at that photo they got sent of Archer on the table.
Then they were sent another photo of Archer post-surgery, this time with fancy bandages.
I'm like, this is exactly the same as the first picture, just the two doctors had moved.
And look at the date on the x-rays.
It says 12/21/2022.
Wow.
Holy shit, it's more serious than we thought. Arthur ran so fast that he traveled back in time 4 years. Must have been hit by the DeLorean or something. Oh my goodness heavens to Betsy. So yeah, when you really look at it, it falls apart. But the thing with the AI and scams, like we talked about with the AI voicemail scams, where AI scammers, not voicemail, but AI voice scammers, where they will emulate a loved one in order to try and, like, weasel money out of a relative. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be good enough. And since they're preying on people that are in a vulnerable state already, like them missing their dog and trying to exploit that, it's even more effective there, because they're just really wanting their dog to be okay and safe, and they're willing to pay to ensure he gets proper care. So they're more willing to believe that.
Almost 4 years ago.
Correct.
Turns out the photos were entirely AI generated. The AI scam failed, but the heartbroken owners were still missing their dog, Archer. Then, 4 days later, Archer suddenly showed up at their front door in Deltona, Florida. Here he is. Hey, Archer.
Here's our Archer.
I actually couldn't believe this shit right here. So the fucking scumbags that stole their dog from their property ended up returning the dog after they failed to get money out of this. That was a bigger subversion of my expectations than everything that happened with Game of Thrones at the end. I am shocked. Like, it doesn't redeem the scammers and dog nappers here, but I am happy at least that, their heart grew 3 sizes there, like the Grinch, and they did decide to return the dog when they realized that this didn't work. Because I imagine in most cases with these fucking vile worms, they do not care about the dog or anything, or the family, so they'll, maybe kill the dog, have it put down, or, throw it in a shelter, or just release it into the wild on the side of the road or something like that. So I was really surprised to see that they actually did just bring the dog back.
Without being able to make a buck, the dog napper apparently decided to return Archer.
Archer, hey, buddy. How do you try to take advantage of people when they're at their most vulnerable? Like, that's disgusting.
Archer's owners think he was confined because he's walking like he's sore. The sheriff's department is investigating.
My guess is this isn't an isolated incident. I imagine that this is a group that goes out and actively searches for animals that they can steal and then try and, like, ransom to these families and mislead them by saying, like, oh, we found your dog and now we need this money in order to take care of their injuries, that kind of thing, just exploiting the vulnerability. And like she mentioned, it is very twisted. It is disgusting stuff. But that's what scammers prey on. That's what they look for. And now in the age of AI, they can more effectively manipulate their victims and more effectively convince them of basically anything they want. So, anyway, I saw this earlier today, and while it is like wacky, like the AI image they sent of the, the dog in surgery, and then it, got all patched up there, and it's very clearly just AI generated fucking hoopla. It is scary though, because they did steal that dog and they were looking for thousands of dollars from this family, trying to lead them to believe that it was going to a vet that cared for their beloved animal. Now, luckily it does have a happy ending. They got the dog back, but I imagine in most cases like this, family probably doesn't. So hopefully they do catch these assholes responsible. Anyway, I just wanted to put this on your radar and yap about it. That's really about it. So, yep. The vast majority of numbers you see on the internet aren't real. The accounts that you interact with, the posts that you see, oftentimes aren't even made by a human being on the other side of the keyboard. The cyberspace is dominated by bots. And unless you've just woken up from a coma, this isn't news to you. Everybody knows that now. It's an accepted part of cruising the World Wide Web, that the shit you see is artificially inflated. And it's become a huge yapping point, a massive topic, specifically dead internet theory, and diving even deeper into the minutia of bots. Cannonballing into the deep end of the pool, you will find viewbots, a topic that often gets very aggressive and accusatory because it is so prevalent across streams in particular, on Twitch, on YouTube, on Kick. Streamers of all shapes and sizes are often using viewbots to boost their numbers. It's not some big conspiracy, it's not deep state propaganda or anything like that. It is a provable, real thing that platforms just don't seem to be taking any real action on at all. I could right now go live on Twitch openly stating I'm viewbotting it out the wazoo to fucking 20k viewers, and maybe the worst that would happen is I get like a 24-hour suspension from Twitch. They don't care. They made that push like a year ago about getting bots off the platform, but that lasted for 2 fucking days? And then they took like a catastrophic hit to their overall viewer metrics, and I guess they pumped the brakes because at the end of the day, and this is something people say a lot, and it is true, those huge numbers are good for Twitch as well to advertisers, even if the numbers are fake, even if they know it's botted, phony baloney, fraudulent viewer metrics. It doesn't matter. It makes them more appealing to brands. So it seems like they are very hands-off when it comes to doling out big punishment for view bots. It's not exactly a well-kept secret. It's pretty out there in the open that tons of streamers view bot. Now, the reason why I'm yapping about it again is because just yesterday, or maybe it was even earlier today, I don't know, time moves in a weird fucking fashion once you hit your 30s. Everything blends together, your bones fucking creak anytime you walk up or down stairs. Anyway, I'll stop bitching and whining about that. I know you're not here to listen to me play a sad song on the world's smallest violin about my deteriorating cartilage. The CEO of Night Media, Reed, came forward with a post out of nowhere saying that it's time to start viewbotting. That's the title of the post, which is a eye-catching title, no doubt. Very seldom will you hear someone in that kind of position just say the quiet part out loud here about success in the streaming space. And make no mistake, Night Media is fucking huge. They are one of the top dogs in the YouTuber streamer agency space. They are huge in the industry. They represented Mr. Beast for a while. I don't know if they still do, but they have represented and still actively represent massive creators. So it was certainly interesting to see him with a post like this that makes it seem like he's out there saying, everyone's got a viewbot. We got to open Pandora's box. If you're not pooping, you're farting. If you're not using viewbots, you're at a disadvantage. Wake the fuck up, samurai. Time to get viewbots on the horn. But reading the post, it's a little bit different, though ultimately his tone around viewbots does seem to be somewhat positive. What does it take to cut through all the noise on the internet? If everyone else is botting, why shouldn't you? We used to live in a world where if you made great content, algorithms would find an audience for your videos. Now, creators have to clip farm, pay clippers, and sometimes even ViewBot to have a better chance of capturing more attention and breaking through the noise. This is especially true on platforms like Twitch, where viewbotting can surface you on the front page of popular streaming categories. Off rip, this is some turbo doomer shit because it kind of positions it as like your only option if you're just getting started. Oh, there used to be a time where if you made great content, you could get found, but those times are way behind us in the shitter now. It's gone. That's a era long forgotten, like the saber-toothed tiger. Now, if you want to cut through the noise, you gotta clip farm, pay clippers, or Lord help us, even ViewBot. You gotta get down and dirty in the pig pen. It's the only way. When that's not true. You can still make great content and get found. It does happen. I think the best example of that is Queso. I would be shocked to learn Queso ViewBotted at any point in his life. I don't even think the guy could find a ViewBot website or provider. I genuinely don't think he would even know where to begin with something like that. And he has blown up solely because he makes good content. He cut through the noise. And this is something I've always said, luck is a huge part of it. It is. It just is. But what he is right about is that in the current day and age, there is an alternative that doesn't rely as much on RNG. And that is pay to win. You can stand a better chance of standing out in the oversaturation of content creation by paying for ViewBots to float your stream to the top of categories, or pay for ViewBots on other socials where you're spamming clips from your streams so you could boost up numbers on, you know, a wacky moment or something and have it like explode elsewhere because you inflated the numbers through ViewBots, so then people could find your stream and maybe organically grow it that way, but you still ViewBotted in order to boost a clip that led people to the stream. Like, there are paths that don't rely as much on luck, because if you just have money to start and just start buying views, it does help put you in front of more eyes. It's something that's very common, especially on Twitter. But at the end of the day, I just don't like this mentality that Reed kind of encapsulates here of, well, everyone else is cheating, so I should too. And he's trying to make like a strong argument that everyone else is doing it. Content alone, it could be the most slapping, banging content ever. It's not good enough. It's all about the distribution method now, which is dominated through bots and shit like that. So really, you gotta think about this strategy of using bots. I just don't like how he's positioning bots as a strategy instead of calling it what it really is, which is cheating. Like, yes, you can gamify the distribution and shit through bots. Everyone fucking knows that. But I just don't think it's something that should be outwardly encouraged. And it's really weird that the CEO of Night Media, one of the biggest agencies in the space, especially for streamers, is having this kind of viewpoint. Like, his title isn't exactly indicative of his thoughts, because he does say, like, this is a problem, this is an exploit, but he speaks about it like, this exploit exists, so you have to use this now. It's like, you really should, like, almost that it's a necessity. And I just don't like that perspective, nor that mentality. I just think there's a reason why this topic on ViewBots is always so passionate from so many people, because ViewBots fucking suck. Nobody likes that. It is just a completely dog shit norm right now. And I don't think it needs to be even more normalized. But it's not some requirement or anything like that. Reed then goes on to make a mention of advertisers and ViewBots. Do advertisers have any way of tracking botted engagement, and why isn't Twitch cracking down on this at all? Those are two really good questions. The answer to do advertisers have a way of tracking botted engagement is a big, nobody fucking knows. My gut tells me there's no way advertisers would have any clue, because how would they? How would they distinguish between authentic and real viewers through just a number plastered on a stream? It'd be entirely on Twitch to take care of the bots and get that number to be where it's like the authentic viewers and not just like, you know, fraudulent ones. I don't see how they could ever possibly know what's real and what's fake based on just the publicly available information. And I doubt Twitch is behind the scenes saying, okay, so your advertisement was played in front of 1 million concurrent viewers over the course of this campaign. Of that, about 15K were real human beings. We really appreciate your business. Like, I highly doubt that fucking happens, right? Like, it doesn't happen on a streamer basis with sponsors either. It's like if a streamer is botting his stream up to like 5K, but really he only has like 1,000 real viewers there, and he works with a brand, and he sells to this brand at the 5K concurrent viewers, he's making a lot of extra money versus if he sold at his real 1K. And now the brand gets put in front of what they believe is 5,000 people, but is actually 4,000 bots with only 1,000 real people there. So maybe the campaign only sees them make like 3 fucking sales. Like, man, Perry Poutine Gotcha Game only got 3 clicks through this guy's stream, even though he has 5K concurrent viewers. What's going on here? And then you can maybe speculate and surmise that, okay, he's botting. But then you'd also never really know for sure, because you could also say like, okay, maybe his community's just not interested in this gotcha game. These brands, I don't think have any idea, is the point I'm making. I don't see how they would. It's entirely on Twitch to combat the bots, and I don't think there's a way or a tool that these brands have access to that normal people don't, that lets them see real versus fake viewers. And then to read second question about why does Twitch not crack down on it, I think everyone knows, because Twitch also benefits from these hugely inflated numbers. They see a lot of upside to these massive numbers being housed on Twitch. I think that's pretty clear. Probably don't need to dive any deeper on that. And it is something that he starts to tackle in his next section here about platforms needing to take action. He goes on to talk about, how prevalent the botting problem is, as well as the reluctance from platforms to act on it, believing that the more views there are, the better things look for advertisers, which many people agree with. And again, that probably is the simple truth of it. If these numbers are huge, the platforms are probably very happy, because then it's more appealing to advertisers. It could end up with more money to the platform itself. I think it really is that simple. Now, it's this section that ties directly into the eye-catching title that he used here for this piece. If everyone else is doing it, should you? I would never explicitly say you should bot your views on Twitch, other than in the title of this article. But the reality is, if you're not view botting and everyone else is, you're at a disadvantage. When you're competing in a category where you're buried if you don't have 500 plus viewers, maybe shifting your strategy to paying clippers and buying bots helps a streamer break through. I wanted to see what it would cost to bot a stream, and for $180 a week on ViewBotter, I can get 1,500 followers, 225 chatters, and 750 concurrent viewers. Not bad for less than $800 a month, and these companies accept crypto payments. So, he's saying that he's not actively advocating for view botting your channel, but if you're not, well, you got your own dick in your butt. Like, everyone around you is doing it. Maybe you should shift your strategy. I don't know. To me, that feels like he is advocating for it. Maybe I'm on the crack pipe. He's pointing out a real problem, that these platforms don't enforce it, so the precedent has been set that there's no actual consequences. But it does seem like he's saying, you really should view bot your streams if you want to succeed. And he does prop it up as a legitimate strategy, and even insinuates that it's not like super expensive, saying, not bad for less than $800 a month. Look at this huge head start you can get. Really should be something to consider. And I get it. It is something that people obviously consider and pull the trigger on, no doubt. But it's not exactly something that I think should be encouraged either. It sucks. It is a bad practice. And there's a reason why this is such a big topic, because people don't like view botters. It's not something that I think should be talked about in a manner that feels like it's positive and encouraging, and even setting it up as maybe even your only option if you want to stand out, because as Reed said multiple times, good content isn't good enough. You got to really consider distribution, and distribution viewbots can really do wonders for. I don't know. To me, it just rubs me the wrong way. He then closes by talking about viewbot detection and how Twitch CEO mentioned it's a game of cat and mouse, and that really there's not a whole lot of great information that he could find on how brands can detect viewbots or anything like that. And then he finishes the big takeaway. We've entered an era where good content alone isn't enough, distribution tactics are. When clipping, paid amplification, and even bots can artificially push you up the rankings, the playing field starts to tilt toward whoever is willing to game it. Twitch's detection tools feel reactive at best, and advertisers don't seem to have a reliable way to verify what's real. If botting becomes normalized, creators face a brutal question. Compete clean and risk invisibility, or bend the rules to survive. Long term, though, this erodes trust in the entire ecosystem. Again, he drives that point home about good content alone isn't enough. It's all about distribution tactics, and I just firmly disagree. Good content alone is sometimes enough. But again, it does take luck. It does. It always has, and it always will. Distribution tactics, though, he's right, can be gamified and boost your shit and immediately give you a better chance so you're not overly reliant on luck. If you'd rather focus instead on pay-to-win mechanics through, like, clippers and viewbots and stuff like that, then you would be entering the Thunderdome competing head-to-head, toe-to-toe with countless others who are doing that daily. That is very, very common. And in many, many cases, it's hard to tell if it's real or fake. So it is a legitimate problem, and it sucks that platforms don't do anything about it. He's not wrong about the core, that there is a huge problem because these platforms don't crack down on viewbots. Now everyone fucking does it seems. And it fucking blows. And I imagine he's right that it is a very real consideration for tons of streamers, like, well, why would I even bother trying to do this legitimately when everyone else is fucking cheating? Everyone else is viewbotting, so why wouldn't I? And it's hard to argue, like, because it's morally correct to, play fair. It would be hard to make someone be like, okay, then I'll do that and go nowhere unless I get fucking crazy lucky. When the alternative is apparently, like, cheap viewbots that give them a better chance. It's something that he's not wrong about in his assessment here. Again, I just find it weird that it feels like he's speaking on it, like, almost positively, like, you're at a huge disadvantage, you really need to think about this strategy that actually isn't all that expensive if you want to compete on an even playing field. Because at the end of the day, I don't think viewbots are something that should be encouraged. I don't think it should be twisted to the point where people consider viewbots like a strategy as opposed to just cheating. Because viewbots are bad for everyone. There's a reason why it's such a passionate topic for so many people. Because it sucks. It sucks for the people that aren't doing it, and it sucks for viewers too. Like, viewbots are just shitty overall, like, genuinely. So, like, it's not something that I'd like to see more people start being like, yeah, let's start really thinking about doing more viewbotting, as if there's not already enough. So, anyway, this was a very interesting post, to say the least, and I just wanted to yap about it. That's really about it. See ya. 133 mile per hour police chase ends in total chaos. Is everyone okay in here? At 133 miles per hour, I would wager probably not. That's like de-atomizing levels of speed if you crash. Everyone's okay. It's a must-watch? Okay. Are you sure he's okay? You told me it's okay, and they just set up some really not looking okay players here. Are we sure? I'm no longer convinced. There is a huge semi and a man on the road in the middle of the warpath here. How confident are we that everyone's okay? He parries it. Okay, if you say so. I don't know how he squeezes his way out of that one.
In Escambia County, troopers with the Florida Highway Patrol were conducting routine traffic enforcement 1 mile east of the Alabama-Florida
Sounds like it's out of 7 Deadly Sins.
A trooper noticed a vehicle with illegal window tinting. He had...
Now throw the green shell behind you. Man, he's spinning those tires. Man, we're just doing donuts out here. Man, oh, good lord, how many officers are in there? Holy. That sign just barely got away with its life. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm in the middle of a 133 mile per hour pursuit. Oh. Oh, they're scaring him. A pit maneuver at that speed would probably send that fucking car to space. 129. A casual stroll. Oh shit! Oh, there's not a whole lot of space there. Yep, he's gonna have to go in the grass. Oh! Shit! Oh, whoa! Was that on purpose, you think? I bet that guy was just like peeking over like, man, what's the holdup up there? Son of a bitch! Holy! Damn! Oh, maybe the 133 mile per hour chase starts now on foot. That guy was zooming. Oh no. Oh, it was a miscommunication. The officer forgot he had cocaine in his fucking chest pocket. Oh, it's chaos. It's chaos.
Bravo Mike, looks like a gray shirt.
Oh, what a disaster. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong all at once. No one hit the brakes in that guy's car, now it's gonna just go all the way to the other side, cause an accident. Oh boy. Yep, there she goes. Oh god, officers exchanging paint with it. Oh boy. Escambia, come on. What are we doing? That is... Oh, good heavens. Jesus Christ.
Send the dog! Send the dog! Danger, moving.
Oh god! Oh, that... 0 for 2 on the K9 unit today, unfortunately. That's gonna be a turn in your badge and gun type moment right there, I think. Attacked one of the officers and then went straight to the something over there by the tree. Oh boy. Then they had to get a different dog on the case. This guy came in there with like the pseudo Goldberg spear technique. A little high though. Oh, this is the officer that got bit?
10-15.
This officer that got bit. What the hell happened? Did he also get like a confusion debuff or something as well? Because he has been like in a trance-like state ever since. He's so stunned. Can't believe Ace did that. Yeah, it looks like everyone was okay. What do you know? Good news!
What you think it was a good idea or wrong, man? Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Come here. Your arm doesn't affect your legs. So stand up.
The scene of an accident and reckless driving. The charge of reckless driving was later dropped. A judge...
Of all the charges... What? Oh, I guess this is the... Okay. I didn't see this one at the top. I guess they just wanted to stick with that one instead, but I feel like reckless driving could have also stuck around. I feel like you got pretty strong evidence on the old reckless driving, I gotta be honest with you.
Working through the system when he was arrested again on December 4th, 2023, this time for murder and attempted murder. According to the arrest report, Isaiah and his brother allegedly met a group of 3 men to buy an ounce of marijuana. During the transaction, Isaiah grabbed the weed and ran while the victims gave chase. After the victims rounded a corner, gunfire erupted, leaving 1 person in the group dead from gunshot wounds. Isaiah also bragged about being internet famous due to running from the cops and being bit by a canine.
What a fucking loser.
Isaiah and his 18-year-old brother, who was accused of firing the shots, were both arrested and are currently awaiting trial without bond. Isaiah Colley is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Wow. That took a turn at the end. All that for an ounce. That is crazy. The things people will throw their lives away for. He also had an AK. What, like in his car? Oh, I guess there's a little more at the end. I thought it was over.
You know what's also super cool? When you catch your dog and no sleeve.
Man, you just gotta let that go, brother. Accidents happen. It was the heat of the moment. Dog made a judgment call. Check this one out.
On May 26, 2023 in Harford County, Maryland, 38-year-old Michael Stevens II was released from the Harford County Detention Center after posting bail related to a theft charge. Later that same day, just down the road, Stevens came across a 1986 5-ton military truck.
Oh, the temptation. Oh no, the stars were aligning.
And decided to steal the vehicle, triggering a pursuit.
What a great day.
Deputies had seen before.
And then I got off the truck and he's like, wait, he came towards me head on.
Jesus. That could be anyone. We don't know that's him yet. That could be anyone's military truck.
5-ton truck actually weighs more than 10 tons by itself. The 5-ton rating refers to how much cargo it can carry off-road, not its own weight. These trucks were designed to move troops and equipment through rough terrain, and they're built to keep going, even when damaged. The frame and suspension are heavy, the drivetrain is built for torque, and the oversized tires are reinforced to survive long distances on uneven ground. All of that combines to make this pursuit unlike anything we've ever published in the entire history of this channel.
Yeah, this is quite a recipe for disaster. This guy literally left jail this same day, by the way. He said, man, can't wait to go back. Is that a military truck?
I just want somebody
I got a plan.
to deal with Stop 6 just in case he gets on so we can deploy.
Anybody have Stop 6 in the area?
Looks like he's going to take 95 south from 24.
Looks like he's taking 95 southbound from 24.
Hey, watch the back. It's going to be debris falling out the back of the bed.
Man, you try and pit maneuver that thing and your car blows up. I think pit maneuver's off the table for this one. We're gonna have to get him with the classics. Throwing knives out of the window to pop the tires. Circus style.
All right, I'm on it. Somebody get on 95 south just past 1. Speed at 55.
Speed at 55.
So far, nothing's flown off the back yet.
152 with Stop 6.
Stop sticks aren't going to work. It's designed to overpower them.
Yeah, get one unit on 95, and everybody that's behind them, let's try and slow the traffic. If we can get the Stop 6 deployed, I don't want this vehicle to hit anybody else. All right, we're coming up underneath of 152. If somebody's there with the Stop 6, be ready.
All right, it's game time. Good hustle. Nice. Excellent speed. Good work.
Coming up on Stop 6.
He's cooked now. How'd we do?
Looks like you hit one time.
We got one tire. Not bad, not bad.
Run 5-3. See if you get ahead of him by about a mile. See if you get one of the Stop 6.
They need to make stop sticks that you can just toss out the driver's side window. Wait, here we go. We got more. Phase 2 boss fight, yeah. They gotta use the harpoon more often. That doesn't get enough exercise. Did we get him? Oh, no. Just missed. Just missed.
Just be ready to jump if he comes at us.
Be ready to jump.
Watch yourself. He might try and hit you. Get on the road. Get on the road. Get on the road.
Oh, wow. Wait, he actually is just going for... Oh, my God. He scared him away. Where are we heading? He's swerving a little bit. He might be getting tired. He's falling asleep.
Unit up. A couple units up ahead with the Stop 6. We'll head to Jersey Wall to keep y'all safe.
Let's try a different tactic. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit! He's blending in now. We're gonna lose him. Luckily, we still got eyes on him. Don't let him get too far, though. Where is he?
We're past White
I lost him.
At 695.
How far ahead are we? Oh, it's game time. Oh, he's taking cover behind the civilians. Oh, they got him. Big stop stick moment. What was Squad 2 doing? Just getting a good view of it? But where was their stop sticks?
Continuing 95 at 695 exit.
What did he try to do? Like activate Sharingan or something on him to scare him? Like, I didn't see any stop sticks. What was Squad 2's plan? His Conqueror hockey failed. I got it. Yeah, no, that's a damn shame. Squad 2 AFK. Yeah, that was unfortunate. They were in a great position as well. I really do wonder what Squad 2 was doing. They pulled over. I thought they had stop sticks or some kind of plan. Maybe they thought the stop sticks would work so well Squad 2 would go out and catch the truck or something. I don't know.
Driver's side window.
With deputies reporting that the suspect now had a rifle hanging out the window,
oh Jesus!
Units ease off. The helicopter maintains visual from above, while Squad...
Oh, that's not a stop stick. That's a gun.
Right here.
They said enough. Playtime's over.
Stop.
No, don't stop. Just combat roll out of the moving vehicle. It's more efficient.
I got you. Hands, get on the ground. Stop, drop it down. Drop it, get away.
Oh, what a trip.
Stop reaching.
That officer actually saved his life. What is he doing under his shirt? Tweaking on his own nipples? What the fuck was that? That was a textbook trip, though.
Drop it, get away.
Look at this shit. That was perfect from this guy.
Boy.
That was a pretty crazy chase. What was the plan? Did they interview him?
Hold on.
Yeah. What happened? Huh? What just happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
You're running from us.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, you took a truck. I just got out of jail. I got released from the detention center.
Maybe he's been framed.
That's a good boy.
Maybe they really did get the wrong truck.
Where'd they end up catching him on foot at?
Imagine they see another military truck just drive by.
He broke. They got him right at the mouth of the alley. Okay, I didn't see it.
How the fuck do you mistake a rifle hanging out of a truck for something? What else could it even be? That was a crazy call from the officer then. He's got a rifle hanging out of his truck. That false alarm, actually. That was his arm.
The stolen military vehicle was returned to its owner, and no bystanders were injured throughout the pursuit. As of the latest available
good
records,
news.
Stevens has not been sentenced in this case, and he is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Wow, yeah. Still not. They're still gathering evidence. It could have been anyone in that military truck. Huh. It's a tricky case. There's a lot of factors to consider. Maybe he really was framed. That would be perhaps one of the most unbelievable things to ever unfold in human history. I was going to wait a bit longer before drooling all over this topic, just to see if anything would come from it since it's such a big deal. But I've now very much learned my lesson that there is never going to be anything that comes from anything Epstein related. That's basically how it seems. So I'm sure you've seen by now that with all of those redacted files that they've been farting out, you can actually unredact a lot of them yourself, and you don't even need a double-digit IQ to do it. Here's a quick tutorial that even a Neanderthal can follow along with.
Redacted. So you can go ahead and scroll down till you get to a redacted area. Here's a redacted area right here. Guess what? If you want to look at these files, all you got to do is copy it and paste it into Microsoft Word. And guess what? All the files are unredacted. There it is. So go back to justice.org, find all those files, and start unredacting before they figure out how to stop you.
I've seen only a teensy tiny bit of media coverage on this, not a whole lot of buzz generated from the unredacting techniques here, but from the couple that I've seen, they say things like this: hackers unredact Epstein files. Hackers didn't do it. Your fucking grandpappy sitting down in front of his goddamn iPad could do it too. There's no hacking here. It's Control-C, Control-V. Holy shit. My god, he's like an elite XD hacksaw. Wow. Yeah, it really is that easy. You don't have to have a big brain like Jimmy Neutron for this here. And it doesn't work for all the files, but it works for a good portion of them. And what you will find when you unredact a lot of this is that they very clearly have not complied with the law. They are not following the rules of the redactions, which, mind you, are supposed to be reserved exclusively for victims and minors, that kind of thing. But when you unredact a lot of this information, you are finding information that is not related to a victim, a minor, anything like that at all. There are numerous examples of these improper redactions being applied to these files here. There are more examples of that than there are of me being short. You can find so fucking many. And it's kind of like a lot of crickets in mainstream journalism right now in regards to this unredaction technique a lot of people have employed on TikTok, and even like Asmongold has done it on stream as well. And what they're finding is, yeah, it is inarguable that these redactions are not following the rules. There's like this article here that's written about like the redactions on 184 through 192 that were describing taxes paid by companies incorporated by Epstein properties that were not on the balance sheet. And at the end, it even says it's unclear how property material complies with the redaction standard under the law. An inquiry to the Department of Justice has not yet been answered, and it probably won't be answered because the sad reality of it is law doesn't apply to people at a certain level of power. The law is like simply here for plebeians, it seems. And it's not even subtle. Fucking goofball Kash Patel can go under oath and lie out of his ass out the wazoo till the cows come home with a straight face and a limp dick, talking about how they don't have any credible evidence that Jeffrey Epstein trafficked victims to anyone, so it's just Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell, that's it. If you believe anything else, you're a crazy conspiracy theorist. And now with these files, we have provable evidence that they at least knew of 10 other co-conspirators that apparently they just decided to throw in the garbage can and never pursue. But we have so much evidence to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt he is lying, yet he won't face any perjury charges, he won't be arrested, he'll just keep fucking cruising podcasts like they're glory holes here about how he's doing such a good job and puffing up his chest and shit. None of these people that are just blatantly lying and breaking the law will ever be held accountable here. All of these improper redactions that don't comply with the law, don't comply with the rules here, everyone responsible will not face any repercussions. I'm so confident in this, it's fucking sickening. Nothing's going to happen. And it is so incredibly sad. And not only is nothing going to happen, nothing's going to happen and people are going to cheer for that too. I've already seen the narrative shift to like, who cares about the Epstein files, and all these crazy mental gymnastics to downplay the significance of the biggest child sex trafficking operation in our country's history, where there are still unbelievable amounts of people that got away with these heinous crimes, still potentially in the highest levels of government, and people are just saying like, doesn't matter. That's not the important stuff. And make no mistake, this wasn't some innocent whoops-a-daisy where they accidentally redacted information that they weren't supposed to, but they were trying their best to be super transparent and comply with the law. This was on purpose. It's by design. This is a cover-up. It's not a conspiracy. It's in front of your face. You can unredact the information yourself, and it doesn't take a lot of technical prowess to do so. You can confirm this yourself. They are trying to protect these pedophiles. They are running defense for evil, evil people that they have knowingly collected all this information on and decided to do nothing with for years. Not just this administration, the last administration too, obviously, but the point is, right now, they're still doing all they can to protect these people. That is unacceptable in a sane society. And anyone who writes that off as like not a big deal is a fucking lunatic. Like beyond pathetic loser worm. Now, if you're wondering how this even happened with being able to unredact this yourself, is because so many people working in the government are just actually incompetent. I don't mean that like exaggeratory. I mean like they legitimately like diaper wetting, paint chip eating fucking idiots over there. So the likely explanation here is they use the highlighter tool to black out the information, but they didn't actually redact it. So when you copy and paste it, it's still there. They didn't even actually redact it. That is how bad at their jobs they are. And I've seen a theory floating around that maybe this is on purpose from a whistleblower who was tasked with redacting information but wanted it to get into the hands of the American public, so they instead did like the highlighter tool as opposed to redacting it. And I'd be willing to motorboat those titties, play ball with that idea, if we hadn't seen so many examples of just pure incompetence at the highest level. I truly just think it's clear that the people in these positions are just like actual fedora-tipping Reddit twerps, like based on how they shitpost on Twitter and everything, and that they legit just can't do their jobs very well. Side note, anyone remember this little golden nugget where they literally rickrolled the Epstein files release, treating the most notorious, infamous child sex trafficker, as well as all of the information in regards to his clients and all of these evil crimes, as a joke? Anyone remember that? I think it's pretty evident that a lot of the people in these positions are actually just fucking dumb. So I'm not willing to believe that this was some kind of internal whistleblower trying to do the right thing. I just think that they are actually fucking lobotomites, just genuinely stupid, and didn't realize that blackout highlighter doesn't actually redact the information. It's wild they can't even do the simplest things correctly, like redact information. You can literally click like 2 buttons in order to do that. And they can't even figure that much out. They are knowingly making a conscious decision to violate the law here in regards to these Epstein file redactions. And even while doing that, they can't even figure out how to redact the information properly. Thus, they get caught with their pants down. They can't even do the cover-up correctly. And still, even though their whole ass is out, goat seed, on full display for everyone, every single human being on the planet that wants to download the files and unredact it themselves, they can see that they broke the law by redacting things that aren't minors and aren't victims. Even this being 100% confirmed will still probably not lead to a single person being fired, or a single individual in a higher level of power here even facing some finger wagging. It's just that bad right now. They can do anything they want with complete immunity. And it's just so outrageous. It's infuriating. I had to yap about this a bit because I've now learned that there won't be anything that comes from it. So might as well blabber about it now. That's really about it. See ya. I haven't heard of video game drama this big since the whole Dream Minecraft speedrunning saga. What's happening with the Marvel Rivals $40,000 tournament situation is pretty bizarre. In a nutshell, there was a Marvel Rivals tournament with a $40,000 prize purse. There was a player by the name of Kingsman who really wanted to take this seriously, making a mention that this money would be very helpful to him as a college student. And the rest of the team didn't seem to take it all that seriously, and eventually, when Kingsman was trying to, make changes to the team comp so they could better stand a chance at winning, they all attacked him, and eventually it led to him getting kicked from the tournament. His team then went on to place second to last in the tournament.
You guys.
Okay, guys. Paste and point proven right now. Do you understand?
No, it's well, not. You've been making me play shit. Of course I'm gonna
How
play
do you not see the problem right now?
Wait, first of all, it's that ass Kingsman, like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, bro.
You're doing too much. Lucy's not even on Invis. Second of all, you're getting value because
No, she shouldn't be dead.
Yes.
I'm getting value because I'm 1v6ing.
Hulk isn't peeling for you, bro. Yes, Zaza is 0-5, but we won the point, bro. Why? Because they were hard. Like, 4 people are dying here. That means 4 of their util, 4 of their resources are all spent on Zaza.
I saw this a couple days ago and I was so confused why anyone would be joining a tournament if they didn't actually care about winning at all. So he is very clearly trying his best to help the team win. And they were talking about like how toxic and annoying and insufferable he was, things like that, which eventually led to him getting kicked and being like disrespectful, that kind of thing. From all the clips I've seen, he never made any like personal attacks against anyone. He was never even like overbearing or like yelling and screaming. The closest he came was in this clip here where he's like, do you understand? Like, case in point, we should make a switch. This isn't working. Our widow is 0-5-0, which is a very fair point and a good suggestion because it clearly wasn't working. They may have won the point, but I think it's a large part because Kingsman put the team on his fucking back here. Like 18-2, he was kind of going Insano style. I don't know why this became such a huge issue for his teammates where they hated him so much for trying to win that they started insulting him after the fact. And that's where most of the drama stems from. Them refusing to switch is one thing that feels like it's kind of trolling and just intentionally throwing the tournament for the sake of vibes, which is weird because, again, just go play quick play or something. Why even bother going into a tournament if the goal isn't to try and win it? He made it clear he wanted to sweat because this would be very important money for him in his situation with college. Now, I also heard that when the tournament was put together, there wasn't an announcement about how much money was on the line. So I think maybe there was some confusion from the team where they wanted to just play for fun and sillies and goofies. And then once $40,000 was announced, they still had that mindset. Meanwhile, Kingsman really wanted a piece of that pie because it would be helpful to him. It'd be like $3,000, which is a significant amount of money, especially for someone in college where this could be very useful. So that clashed where he really wanted to win. His team, who they didn't give too much of a fuck. They didn't think it was that big of a deal. So he, throughout like their time playing together, would be making like suggestions and saying like, hey, you know, there's going to be this in the tournament, there's going to be that, maybe we should look at this, maybe we should look at that. And I think they were just getting so annoyed that he was wanting to win so badly that they started to really resent him for it. It eventually led to like the bubbling over point where he got reported to the tournament organizer. They said a whole bunch of nasty stuff about him, and then it snowballed into what it is today, mainly because the team captain was so vocal about her disdain for this guy. She said things like, I'm pretty sure he spent all 20 years of his life inside playing video games, which is why he lacks social skills. You are also spending your time inside playing video games. You're a streamer. Why are you using that as an insult against him? I didn't really detect a lack of social skills throughout any of the footage I saw of them playing together. I guess you could make an argument that, you know, maybe his attitude could grind your gears because he was offering like a lot of advice on potential team comps, and he did multiple times mention like, hey, the Black Widow's probably not going to work here. We've got to be mindful of like dive comps, that kind of thing. Would you be willing to try like Bucky perhaps? And they would always kind of like roll their eyes at him and be like, shut the fuck up. Like, there's a clip I saw where one of them was like, you've got to just drop this. That's enough. Stop making suggestions, basically, about, you know, switching. It's not happening. Look, which I think is a pretty hostile response to that because this is coming from a place of him just trying to help the team win. I don't think he was being like necessarily overbearing with it or anything like that. He certainly wasn't really being aggressive about it. Like, he never got personal. He was never like insulting his teammates. He was never doing anything like that from what I could tell. So I truly didn't see like a lack of social skills. I just saw someone who really wanted to win because there was a significant amount of money on the line. And if you're in a tournament, why would you not be trying to win? Team captain even made this statement saying, I don't want to win with someone who can't take no for an answer, which is a certified stinky comment for sure. That's a big time PU moment right there for the Jumbotron. I don't know where that's even coming from. His suggestions weren't heeded. Okay. He didn't start like, you know, stomping his feet and yelling and screaming and pissing and shitting about it either. He's just like, okay, all right, we'll do it. We'll run it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. And when it didn't work, he did eventually say, like, look, told you so. Can we please make this switch? And then still got attacked for it. I didn't see any examples of him not taking no for an answer. Like, yes, he did make a suggestion multiple times, like, would you be willing to try this? Would you be willing to maybe switch here? What about this? But that isn't not taking no for an answer. That is coming from someone who wants to win a fucking $40,000 tournament. He then continued to insult Kingsman and I guess anyone that was supporting him in her Discord, saying, yo, Kingsman cocksuckers, screenshot this. Y'all think I ain't seen the toxicity in the Kingsman Discord with not spreading hate from the mods and Kingsman community? Fire emoji. This one will really get your eyebrow in the air. So she's calling out the people that were supporting Kingsman, saying they're cocksuckers and how toxic they are. Meanwhile, she has been the most openly toxic, like vocally expressing her disdain for this guy and now like his community. And let's not get it twisted. I think it's pretty obvious. Most people have probably seen a lot of like really dog shit takes from people that are using this as just like a giant insult against all women who play video games. That is absolutely happening and that shit sucks. Those are some fucking losers you can make fun of. Absolutely. But she, from what I can tell when this message was sent, was talking about like anyone that was expressing support for Kingsman, and I'm sure there probably were some like absolute greaseballs that went through and said some terrible things, sure. But to extend that to like anyone that was supporting Kingsman, calling them cocksuckers, I think is just kind of crazy, especially considering she has by far been the most mean and nasty about this. Kingsman, from what I saw from the clips that were during this time, he tried to like actively say like, hey, don't go harass anyone and don't be mean. You know, it is what it is at the end of the day. Like, he was clearly upset about it, but I felt like he was doing, or at least making an effort to try and stop people from going and doing shit like that. She, on the other hand, was just openly attacking him.
Everyone thinks this guy's a loser.
Like a bug. That's just what happens.
That's such a good point. You're so right about that. And we're still gonna play Widow. I need this for my college. I need this for my college. I have about 6 or 7 more years.
This is a clip I keep seeing spread around. That first clip is when he is explaining like why the Widow's not going to work, and they're like, oh, great point. Go fuck yourself. We're still playing Widow. That's all we're gonna do. We're here just for good vibes, good time, and I don't care if this money means something to you, because it doesn't to us. That second clip, that is not Cece. That is someone else named Lucy, whom has deleted this VOD, so I can't even find the full context here, but from the sound of things, she is insulting Kingsman because of him expressing the want of the $3,000 because it would be very helpful to him as a college student. So then she's like making fun of him, taking the piss, even threw in an absolutely revolting 6'7" meme reference that'll make your skin crawl about it. It's just very mean-spirited. There's also another clip of her talking about it, saying, like, even if you support Kingsman, like it's fucking Israel or something. I don't even know what she was trying to say with that one. I guess since I referenced it, I'll show you that clip too.
I have a genuine question. Like, seriously, answer this. Even if you support Kingsman, whatever, support Kingsman like it's fucking Israel. Anyways, whatever you have in your head, I have a genuine question. I
think everyone has a genuine question after seeing that segment there. I don't know why she would be saying something like that with this. Again, the whole VOD, from what I can tell, is no longer accessible, so I don't even know what the question she was about to ask is. But yeah, it's definitely not a good look, and she is very openly, like, making fun of Kingsman from what I can see in the clips that still exist of it. But this is not Cece. This was not someone that played on Kingsman's team. I don't believe. All of this is only the tip of the iceberg, by the way. It gets so much deeper. There was a Google Doc that was put out there from the Widow's boyfriend. The tournament organizer initially like doubled down, saying, nope, I maintain my position here. He deserved to be kicked from this tournament. He violated all of our rules. And then today he came forward very somber, like, look, I know everyone's mad at me and they're right to be mad at me. I was wrong about everything. I looked at this misleading evidence. It was only from one side and it was incorrect. I acted too hastily. So now he's like singing a very different tune about how, you know, he's had this come to Jesus moment after seeing the other side of the story with Kingsman. It's very clear that he was manipulated by incorrect information. He shouldn't have kicked him from the tournament.
When they come in here with the people, when they come in here, when they hate, they're justified in what they're saying. They're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. 100%, no question about it. Like, there's no beating around the bush. I don't know why it's like difficult to admit when you're wrong and when you fucked up. I made a decision based off of haste and based off of misinformation, but everybody in the team knew what was going on. Everybody in this team knew what was going on, and the fact that nobody told me it was... That's whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Also, Kaplunk, whom was the boyfriend in this story, is reaching out with an apology, saying that he went about it the wrong way and overstepped. Zaza, the widow, told him to leave it alone, but he couldn't control his impulses. The demon had to be let out of the cage. Thus, he went in and started sending clips to the tournament organizer to kick him, the Google Doc, all that kind of stuff. And then finally, CC, the team captain, the one who was by far the most openly hostile to Kingsman and anyone that was showing any level of support for him, came forward with an apology as well, saying, "I'm sorry, I was going off the video and forgot to explicitly call this out. Earlier today, I woke up with 1,000 noties from the day before, and people had joined my server from Kingsman, having a panic attack, and I just started experiencing them. So in my freak out, I said Kingsman lacks social skills because he spends his time playing video games inside. I was angry and ended up lashing out at him lashing out at him instead of his community. I deeply regret it. I apologize for flinging another insult out. It shows I have terrible character, but I will be working on watching the words I say and getting help with my panic attacks." A community note even got hot dropped on here straight off the battle bus saying, "Even after the initial situation calmed down, CC continued to bully Kingsman and speak ill of him across social media. CC has a history of attacking other players and talking trash." So that apology didn't really go as smoothly as I think she was hoping it would. And interestingly enough, from what I can find, Kingsman throughout this entire thing has tried to urge people not to harass anyone that's been involved in it. You know, Zaza, her boyfriend, Cece, anyone. He's been trying to actively calm things down to the best of his ability, but this clearly blew up well beyond anyone's wildest expectations. And Kingsman actually was able to make over $3,000, which would have been his cut of the prize money should they have won the tournament, through subs and donations the last time he streamed, which I believe was last night. So a bit of a happy ending for Kingsman. Not exactly the smoothest sailing for his teammates that were bullying him, attacking him, and insulting him. That hasn't worked out super well so far. Anyway, that's really about it. So, yep. Can you guess the emotion I'm feeling right now based on my face? Is it painted all over me? If you guessed refreshed, you'd be correct. It is refreshing to see a horror movie that finally lives up to the hype. I just got back from seeing Hokum and I really enjoyed it. Going into it, I saw all of the stellar reviews saying how great it is, and surprisingly, it didn't tiptoe over the edge like a lot of horror movies love to do, where they just slap, "Scariest movie ever made! Hope you brought your diaper! You're gonna be pooping! It's turbo extreme spookiness!" That kind of thing. Like Longlegs. And I know I've spit on that a lot, because I think it is just the perfect example. I think it is the epitome of this overhyped, exaggeratory marketing that horror movies are really leaning into these days. Longlegs was just but the advertising would lead you to believe that it's scarier than hell itself, that it was opening a fucking portal to the underworld or something. And a lot of movies now have been doing that pretty routinely, and it's just become a big pet peeve of mine. It is just so fucking annoying how just generic horror movies now just lean into this marketing of, you're gonna fart with fear, you're gonna be sucking your thumb for the rest of your life thinking about this movie, it's gonna traumatize you, don't see it, it's too scary, that kind of shit. I'm ranting about that again, can't help myself. The point is, Hokum didn't have that around it. The reviews were just extremely positive about how well shot it was and just how great it was at being unnerving and intense, and how well Adam Scott played his character here. And all of that I agree with. I think this was a really good movie. And interestingly enough, Hokum is... we're going to get into some spoilers here. I'm not going to do major spoil... Well, maybe I'll do that. Spoiler warning. I don't know how deep into spoilers I'll get, but in order to talk about some things, we got to get into spoilers. Spoiler warning. The movie revolves around a witch that is supposedly trapped in the honeymoon suite of this very peculiar hotel. And they make that pretty clear early on, and in the advertising you can see that there's a supernatural element to this horror movie, but what really surprised me is that that's not the meat and potatoes here. This is actually more of a murder mystery than anything, with supernatural elements that are thrown in, like woven throughout it, really seamlessly, and it's great. It's like a really good marriage of murder mystery plus just genuinely good horror. Like, it does rely on a lot of jump scares, but they didn't feel cheap or anything. It actually just complemented the entire atmosphere they built up of this murder mystery really well. So I thought that was very cool. They introduced some interesting characters. Adam Scott plays a writer who's a real asshole. And you spend most of the movie kind of rooting against him. You're like, okay, when's the witch gonna fuck this guy? And by the end of it, you're like, oh, please, I hope everything works out okay, that kind of thing. They do a good job of making you care and fleshing out these characters. Even like a wacky guy in the forest named Jerry, he gets quite a bit to do. He's a cool character. It does a lot that I didn't expect it to do. I was expecting, based on the previews, or the trailers and the reviews, it would mainly just be like a horror movie about a witch, that kind of thing, just doing like creepy witch shit. But it's not. That is definitely there, and when it's there, it's done well. They do try and put a different kind of spin on it to a certain degree using the folklore, which I appreciated. It's not the most unique thing you'll ever see when it comes to that, but it's done effectively. I also really appreciate that there's no stupid characters, per se. No characters are making, like, really dumb decisions. Like, there's even a moment where they basically do like a video game puzzle, like some shit you'd see out of like Resident Evil or something, where Bowman, Adam Scott's character, has to brainstorm and come up with a good plan on how to utilize a dumbwaiter without just trapping himself and basically game over there. And the solution was really creative. I just appreciated that, because usually a lot of horror movies rely on characters being super stupid. Here, not so much the case. That being said, there is something in the very beginning of the movie. He is writing a story, and it is reaching its conclusion. And there is a glass bottle with a very important item inside. And the character and a child that's traveling with them are in the desert, and they reach their destination. But then he realizes he can't open that bottle to get the piece of paper inside of it out. So his plan is pretty morbid. He believes the only way to open it is to break it on the skull of the child. So he was going to bash his skull with the glass bottle in order to break the glass to get the item out. And I think that's just a little silly. And this is something kind of important to the film because it shows Bowman's outlook. He has been through something very traumatic, so he views everything as just having bleak endings. And that's a point he makes to a waitress at that hotel while he's drinking. He's describing the ending of that story, and she says how bleak it is, and he's like, yep, that's how everything goes. And this is a perspective that he has carried his whole life after that incident that happened in his past. And even at the end of the movie, as things change and the ending of this book maybe gets altered in certain ways, it is still reflective of his outlook, and that's why it's something that's kind of important to the overall film. But even in the end, the solution of bashing the bottle on the skull is still the only thing that the characters thought of there. And I just thought that was really silly. Immediately what came to mind is, why the fuck would you decide that the only way to break that glass bottle is by killing your child there with it, breaking it on their skull? If that is let's just assume the sand is way too soft and there's nothing you can do to like stomp on it to break it, because the sand would just absorb all the energy. It wouldn't actually like explode the glass. There's obviously no rocks around them because they were looking for a rock, couldn't find a rock. The skull is not the only part of the human body. Like, you could do like elbows, you could do knee. I feel like there's 100 other ways of breaking the glass there that doesn't involve just bashing someone's skull in to hopefully break it. So I had to just suspend disbelief there and just write it off as, well, it's because he wanted it to be a bleak ending, and that's why that's the only solution that he could come up with. But I feel like when he was talking with the waitress, he made it sound like it's the only logical one too, thus everything has to be bleak because it's only logical that it's all bleak, that kind of thing. When really, if you just think about it for a handful of seconds, you can come up with multiple other solutions. Like, fuck, you could have someone hold that glass bottle and then you kick it. Like, there's a bunch of ways to break it. Like, genuinely, a bunch of ways to break it that aren't that one. So that was the only time where I was like, okay, that's a little silly, that's a little stupid. Everything else the characters do, I think, is very smart. And I know that actually flies in the face of some reviews that say that the characters are really dumb. And then they point out things that genuinely I feel like they didn't even watch the movie. So like one of the things is, he didn't even try and break any windows. He's in the honeymoon suite, which is at the very top of this hotel. And the windows are completely fucking boarded up. There's only one that's accessible that we can see in the film that has some holes in what's blocking it, and he looks through the window. That's how he sees, like, Jerry's there. How's he breaking that? And also, even if he did pull it off, then what? It's abandoned. Everyone's out because it's closed for the season, so then what? It wouldn't do anything. Everything he was doing, I think, made sense in trying to get out there. He tried the door. The little secret door, even started unscrewing it using a knife. He used the dumbwaiter to try and see if there was a way out through this secret basement. He then used the manual pulley system in order to ring the bell to try and get someone's attention for help. Everything he was doing felt pretty smart in trying to get out of there. Like, I don't think the characters made standard shitty horror movie character decisions. I actually think for the most part it was pretty sound. I don't have any complaints in that department at all. The only other complaint that I have is that I do think that when they showed the witch, it wasn't really creepy. It was a little silly. Like, all the scenes with the witch, like, creeping up and doing, like, freaky shit, I thought was good and unnerving. But then when they just show you the witch and she's taken prisoners, it takes all of the oomph out of it. It's no longer scary, and then there's like CGI demon things as well, and it gets just a little wonky. So I didn't think that was overly amazing there. I think it was better when they weren't just showing you the witch outright or anything like that. But yeah, anyway, like I said, I enjoyed Hokum, and I do think it lives up to the hype, where it's very realistic hype of, this is a good horror movie that has very interesting shots in it, which it does. It has some really cool shots in this film. I think they did a good job of keeping things very interesting, especially during some of its tension-building moments that they do break that tension with a jump scare, but I think they kind of earned it with what they were setting up for the most part, so I don't have, like, an issue with that. Like I said, I enjoyed it. That's really about it. So yeah. Haunting Adeline. I finished this like a week ago. Matt's just been too busy to talk about some good old-fashioned smut with his best friend Charles, so I've just been sitting on absolute gold in my head with this book here.
It's been a little while for me, so you're going to be saying things and I'm going to be remembering it. And for clarity, we still talk about smut a lot, just not this one.
Yeah, because this isn't really like smut. This is just like reading crimes. It's like the woman who wrote this should be ashamed.
Which, I guess we're just jumping right in. The ending really, I don't want to say it's a twist, but it changes drastically.
Yeah, I guess let's not spoil the ending yet. Okay. So in our last video, we were at the halfway point. I think we got to like 300 or something.
Yep.
I can't quite recall where we left off in the last one. But from there, it just spirals so out of control into almost nothing but nonstop rape. Like, there is nothing...
Legitimately.
Yeah.
It's, you know the Willy Wonka boat ride? When the colors and pictures are flashing and it's getting faster and faster and faster. That's how not sex scenes, the rape scenes are in this book, where it's like, here's one, there's some pages, here's one, and then it's just like over and over and over.
Yeah, and like, this is what you mentioned last time. So her best friend Daya, she's like, you know, she knows about the stalker and everything and thinks it's like a horrible thing. And then when she finally confesses that she got like raped, she's like, "You fucked him, didn't you?" She snarls at me, "Spill, slut." It's crazy. Yeah. So it's like, that goes on for a while. Like, now Daya's coming to terms with it. And someone summed it up best in a comment I saw, where this book is basically just Stockholm Syndrome from the perspective of the victim and the perpetrator.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. Because eventually, Zaid rapes her enough that she falls in love with him.
Right. She falls in love with him. She realizes her grandma or nana or whatever, great-grandma, fell in love with her stalker. Like,
yeah,
it's really weird. And the Daya thing really bothered me.
Yeah.
Because no, this is the one person who learns that she is being stalked and harassed and raped. And she's like, oh, juicy gossip. Like, that is it. There is no, like, are you okay? I think she, like, hands her a shot of liquor and is like, tell me about it. Like, how was his dick?
Like, what did that meat look like? Oh, and it's the way the author describes the encounters is fucking nauseating. Zaid, he whispers against my lips. This is when he's revealing his name. That's the only name that will ever leave your lips from now on, especially when you're making that little pussy feel good. And when I'm making that pussy feel good, then you can call me God.
That's the one I told you I was going to tell you made me almost puke.
Yeah. And then he pulls out his wiener and says, you think you can handle this? He continues to pump his cock, and when I realize that he's jacking off on my face, I struggle. Oh.
It's crazy. We didn't talk about the House of Mirrors last time, did we?
No, we didn't get to the House of Mirrors.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I'm just holding a credit card on camera. Check that, please. But they go to this circus. It's like a dark horror circus thing.
It's a like Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, exactly. Really weird subplot in that one with the little girl, by the way.
Yeah.
Or little girl, she's like 20, just a serial killer.
Yeah, there's just a serial killer like that just kills people in the house.
Yep.
And Zaid has a standoff with her where she's like, yeah, you're pretty good, but I've killed 10,000 rapists.
Truly, like he's not exaggerating. And they kill these men and the cops come and the girl gets blamed for it, so Zaid's fine to go free, but she, what's her name? Adeline. Addie goes into the House of Mirrors. Shocker, Zaid follows her. And just graphic rape sex scene happening in here. And then it goes to her walking out to find Daya by her car. And she reveals she was in there for over 2 hours.
Yeah, just getting fucking blasted in a public House of Mirrors, not shut down at all.
Closed? Yeah, like... It wasn't closed when she went in, but now the park has closed. Yep. People are gone, and Daya's just sitting by the car like, you slut, like, what did you do? And it's like, you didn't think...
You just got raped in there, didn't you, slut?
Like, you didn't
it's crazy.
Call the cops? You didn't look for her?
Yeah, she if I remember right, she like had an inkling of a suspicion like, oh, you just did something naughty with your stalker over there, didn't you? He just did something to you, didn't he?
It's so... And, like, the writer very clearly softens toward, like, they're trying to make you also like Zaid because he's protecting her and doing all this stuff to help her, but it doesn't really look like they want you to forget about the other stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. Now, an important thing they introduced in the second half of the book is a character named Mark, who's like a prolific, he's a politician, right? He's a politician who's part of this pedophile ring, which is doing rituals, which Zaid has been hunting down since the start of the book. Where they're
like in his 70s,
yeah.
I think.
So they like sacrifice children and drink their blood and wear their blood as part of like a ritualistic practice that Zaid become aware of. So Zaid wants to get in close to Mark in that organization. So he starts pretending to be a pedophile, and so now he's befriending Mark.
And then it stopped being pretend.
Well,
hey, Zaid's a good guy outside of the rape and stalking, okay? You would never sink to that level.
And then, so he's like befriending Mark as Zach, and
wow.
He takes him to lunch, and then Mark sees Adeline, and this is where Adeline like gets in the crosshairs of like the most dangerous people ever. So Zaid needs to be like really protective. So now Mark is like fixated on getting Adeline, which is why at the fair he gets blasted by Zaid after like the serial killer girl like tries to kill him too. It was weird. But Mark is this new character that gets introduced, and he's just like some old pedophile guy. And now while Zaid is pretending to be a pedophile to be in close with him, he gets invited to Mark's party with Adeline. And at this party full of nothing but pedophiles, Zaid takes Adeline into Mark's movie theater and rapes her. At this party of pedophiles.
Oh, it gets him going, you know?
Yeah, as he's in deep cover, he takes Adeline in, and while watching a movie, just assaults her. And then, I hate the way she describes scenes, but the big thing in this scene is that Adeline must watch the movie while Zayd has his way with her. So anytime Adeline's eyes are off the movie, Zayd fucking slaps her like, put your eyes back on the film, bitch. It's so awful.
What was the movie?
I don't know.
It was a horror movie.
Yeah, he said it was some crazy horror movie.
It'd be funny if it was like Master of Disguise.
Well, you have to watch this part with Dana Carvey doing this wacky accent.
He really wanted to punish her, so he put on Borderlands. You're gonna watch the whole thing.
Look at Jamie Lee Curtis's hunkers. If those eyes break contact with the milkers, I swear to God.
But it's also like there's so many things. Like I said, the House of Mirrors, she's gone for 2.5 hours. This one, they're in there forever, and he's like, we should probably get back to the party kind of thing. And it's just like so much weird shit like that. And then I don't know if I'm jumping too far ahead for the next time he's at Mark's house, which is really when shit hits the fan. I should also say, this is when it starts feeling like the writer is making her seem slightly more consensual.
Yeah, so she starts. So the thing is, what she does is she goes to Adeline's perspective about like, man, no one's ever fucked me like that. I'm starting to really like Zayd with those eyes and that
can't stop thinking
feral. I can't stop thinking about it, and I know it's wrong. I know what he did. It's so wrong, but I'm so ashamed. As I play with the clits and I reach the bud, all I can think of is Zayd. The amount of time she says the bud is crazy.
It is
the sinful bud.
We talked about this last time too. The author thinks of a word, she's like, that's a good word, and then uses it exclusively for the next 3 chapters, and then thinks of a new word and is like, this is a better word. It's really, really poorly written.
Everything is so gross about the way she writes this kind of stuff. So, the only one who's truly in danger is me. No, I whisper. I tip her chin up, brushing my lips softly against hers. The sharp intake of breath has my cock straining against my slacks. If you were my little girl, I would worship every inch of your body, for as long as our souls are tethered to this earth, my tongue would leave no part of you untouched. I nip at her lip, wringing a whimper. It's just so yucky. Just so gross. This is when they're in the movie theater, by the way, at the pedophile's house that he's supposed to be trying to bring down.
Yeah. And that's the part where he's doing his recon work.
Not
right?
really. So what he did is, they're at this dinner.
Why were they there?
Well, he was there because he's trying to be their friend. And he's trying to like get Adeline off Mark's radar, because now that Mark met Adeline, he was like blown away, so now he's going to kidnap and kill her. So he takes her to this party to try and like stop that from happening, but all he does is like mingle with pedophiles as like a friend, and then he goes and rapes Adeline in their movie theater. And this is what I was talking about, like with the slaps, where mid-stroke I withdraw my fingers and grab her face with my hands, tightly squeezing her jaw. She mewls, crying from the loss and pain lancing through her face. I deliver one quick sharp slap to her pussy, enjoying her cries. He judo chops her pussy. Yeah.
Whenever you talk, whenever there's language like that, it makes me think of, I forget what property it's even from, but like licks his whole hand and goes like like wind up and everything.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is like, I mean, you're Genghis Swan.
Yeah.
I'll peel back the curtain.
Yeah.
I think all smut has a level of cringe to it. When you're writing sex, it's always going to have some cringe to it. But this is just like fucking kicking it into 97th gear, and it's just like.
Oh yeah, Danny, you weren't here when we did the first one. One of the first scenes of rape is he literally rapes her with a gun. So he takes a gun out, puts it in her mouth, and then puts it in her pussy, jamming it around.
I mean, at the end of the day, maybe I'm going to get canceled for this, so I apologize. My thoughts are my own.
Oh god.
Like, the author of this book is just a gooner.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
like, it is just the ramblings of a gooner's
sure.
fantasy. Like, that's why it's so out.
If the author was a man,
he'd be jailed.
Yeah.
He'd be
straight to jail.
He would be destroyed.
Go to jail. And I agree. I think this is also. I said this last time. If you are somebody with a CNC kink, a consensual non-consent, a rape fantasy. A book is one of the safest ways for you to enjoy your kink. I completely agree. I think with how popular this is, there's way too many people reading this that are probably disgusted by it. But I'm like...
I think you're wrong. I think there's a lot of people who are not disgusted by it. Like, I think the reason it's so... Like, it sells so well is because they're not disgusted by it.
Like... I feel like the whole thing with 50 Shades of Grey, I feel like that was I've never read it, never watched it. From what I've heard, I think that is consensual non-consent. Is that right? Have you guys watched it?
Nope.
I've watched all 3 movies. I never read the book though.
Is it? It's like they have an arrangement though, right? She's in on it.
She's 100% in on this relationship and everything that comes.
I feel like it's more just from the outside looking in. It feels like more of a like a power imbalance relationship over a full force, absolute no control.
This is just straight up unadulterated rape. Like, there's no way around it. It just is.
There's also multiple times in here. I highlighted them somewhere, but I haven't found them yet. There's multiple times where a character like Jay's you hunt down these pedophiles and these rapists, but you're literally stalking and raping a girl. And then Zayd's response is, yeah, but it's because I know she loves me.
Yep.
I know deep down this is what she wants me to do.
Jay doesn't say it even how you just did, though. He's like, yeah. You rape her. And it's like, whoa. Why is everybody okay with it?
He does make it like a joke. But there are times where the author calls it out, and then the response Zayd gives is, well, I know it's because she's going to love me deep down eventually.
Yeah.
I know this is what she wants.
Yeah, he's psychotic.
Yeah.
And we've kind of beat a dead horse here. Rape's bad. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy that it's in the book. They're also going back to the writing style of how atrocious it is sometimes. There's the part where he walks into... It's at the fair. He walks into the room with all the dolls and stuff, and he's explaining it's like purple walls, and his line, and they're so much worse because it's the audiobook, and I'm driving and thinking about crashing into trees. And he walks in and he's like, ugh, did Barney shit in here? And I'm just like, what? That's your real thought of how to convey this is
That's like an actual teenager is writing.
Yes.
Yeah.
There were also a couple mentions of anime references.
There's a couple anime references.
Which means we're getting weeb gooner authors in real time. You're seeing it here.
Man, I highlighted so many things, but it is just kind of regurgitating the same points. Every time I reached the point where it was talking about their sex, I just started highlighting shit madly because it was so uncomfortable. This is gross.
I was on 1.5 speed for a lot of it, and still it wasn't fast enough for some of those scenes. There is, like we said, it picks up so much speed. The one towards the end outside of the house in the forest, it's multiple chapters. It's just 4 back-to-back sex scenes. Yeah. It's now they have a game. Now that she's in on it, he looks at her and it's like, run, and then fucking hunts her down, which if that's what turns you on is really fucking weird. I like when she screams and runs away from me. So she runs into the forest, he tackles her, they have sex. She runs back towards the house, slams her against a tree, has sex. She runs back towards the house. He throws her in his car, has sex. That's the whole thing.
That was 2 chapters.
And no breaks. Just boom, boom, boom.
Also, to your point you mentioned earlier about how the author tries to make you like Zayd. He only hurts bad people. Yep. And then, I guess, stalks Adeline and,
just her.
And sexually assaults her. But then there's also multiple times where she does this. You want to know what I do? This is at the fair. She challenges, because he's toying around, what if someone walks in? How'd that make you feel, Adeline, seeing your naked flesh on display? And then she's like, oh, so you'd be okay with other people seeing me naked? And he says, you know what I'd do? He questions. I would let them watch. I would let them watch me claim you as mine and own every inch of your body. They would watch my cock fill every one of your holes and then watch you cry because of how hard you came. And then I'd fucking kill them. My cock would still be wet from your cum as I'd slice their throats for even daring to look at what's mine. So he's totally fine killing innocent people. These are people who...
I just feel I think the use of the word cock...
Oh, yeah.
Cock makes every sentence just disgusting. Yeah, it just makes it crude and blunt, and it's just the worst word for that appendage, I think, possible.
It's not tasteful.
It's not sexy. It is just gross.
But that's what I'm saying. He's not a good guy. He openly talks about how he would just kill people whose whose crime is just going into the house of mirrors.
All the time.
He made the mistake of coming in, so he slices their throat.
And that's my problem. This is a weird analogy. You remember, I'm sure in high school, this was big. There's a bird walking all over our screen. There was the whole thing where it's people would write in the wrong tense. They write past tense and then present tense because they mess up some words.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
Error.
Yeah, there's a lot of continuity errors in here where it's he's the best guy ever. Oh my God, he's doing this all for the... And then many times, he's just a horrible person.
Yeah, he's talking about like how he has no problem killing anyone that even so much as like looks in her direction.
Yeah. It is very odd. And like she tries to throw in some moments where like he's really sad about something that happens and she comforts him and he's shivered like he's vulnerable. And then he's just an asshole again, like every single time. But then, we talked about this last time. So Danny, I don't know if we told you. The chapters either start the Shadow, which is her, or the Manipulator, which is him.
You got it backwards. He's the Shadow.
Oh yeah, he's the Shadow, she's the Manipulator. He's the Shadow because he kills people and puts bullets in their head and stalks people. She's the Manipulator because when she goes on stage, she thinks she makes people listen to what she's saying. It's very different. But the Shadow chapters are all...
It actually is outrageously stupid why she calls herself the Manipulator, because she writes books, so she manipulates them into having feelings because they read her words or some shit.
It's very different, where then the Shadow's like, I walked into a warehouse and put bullets in 40 guys' heads. And you're like, okay.
Oh, God, yeah, I need to read you an action scene here in a moment, Danny. Holy fuck, the way she writes action is like how you would, and you would, like, when you're in elementary school, doodling, you're like, and then he shoots 5 people.
Exactly.
His friend said he only had 30 seconds.
Bullet around the crate.
Yeah.
You only have 30 seconds. I only need 10.
Which is actually like a line in here.
It's so bad. But so the whole thing is leading to this crescendo of the whole time he's in Seattle to bring down this pedophile ring, which is Mark and other politicians and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. It goes as far as he goes back to Mark's house for, it's like an initiation dinner.
It's not Mark's house, so you're getting confused. He kills Mark at the fair.
Mark.
The house he goes to is the other guy.
Yeah, what's his name?
Was it Jacob?
It's a younger guy.
Yeah, it's a younger guy, but he's like the Cream Supreme pedophile ritual guy. And he starts befriending him, like... So he's talking about like, I need young girls. I need you to bring me little girls now, Jacob, to like get in his good graces. And Jacob's like, oh,
yeah, like
this guy means business. You like children too? You want to join club? So
he's a caveman.
I would have enjoyed the book better if it was caveman.
What the fuck is his name? I can't find it now.
But it culminates to him going to this guy's house while setting up an FBI raid and being super careful. Fake FBI. He has friends in the FBI, so he fakes the FBI raid. Instead of just bringing your friends in the FBI. Daniel.
So he's one of the
nervous back there.
He's the new big pedophile on the block now that Mark's dead. And he's becoming...
It's the rule of 2.
Yeah, like a Sith. So now that Mark's passed, been murdered, Zach is now being like really tight with Daniel. So he's getting initiated. He convinces Daniel that he needs like all these little girls and stuff. And Daniel's like, all right, get the fuck in this fucking club. So now he's in like the ritual. He's putting on the garb. And
this is the end.
This is unless there's anything else you want to do. It's called the Eternal Rebirth.
It's... First, there was the one at Daniel's house.
Yeah, that was the normal dinner party where he had like a little girl put on his lap.
Yeah, they were going to serve the little girl, and then Zayd does the whole like...
Serve like with a suit?
I think they eat them too.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a weird mix. They eat children and
they
pedophiles.
They consume them like their flesh or some shit.
They do, and they drink their blood and that kind of thing. But so Zayd is like... This is where he makes the FBI raid kind of thing, and he sets up a distraction and saves the little girl. And it's like, oh my god, he's a hero. But it's very, very interesting because he like has to pretend and put her on his lap, and that like the whole thing's wildly uncomfortable, especially to listen to a man reading it. I don't like that at all.
Sure is.
And like his voice is like, yeah, I'm Zayd. And he's like, so I put her on my lap, and I was like, whoa, I hate this.
I'm Batman.
Yeah, but now once again, this builds to the crescendo.
I guess before we get there,
oh god,
one thing that the author set up, which is totally fucking worthless, is that whole plot line with her great grandmother and her stalker.
Oh yeah. What happened with that?
So her mother anonymously sent her letters, which allowed Adeline and Daya to cross-reference and trace that her great-grandmother stalker that she fell in love with, which is supposed to be like the parallel to what she's going through with Zayd, The stalker was not the one that killed her. It was actually her husband who found out about the affair and murdered her out of a passion. And the mother knew, Nana, her grandmother, knew about it and covered it up. And so she lived at that house to punish herself, to always surround herself with bad memories.
That's right.
And Adeline's mother found out, which is why she hated her grandmother. And that's the whole thing. It adds fucking nothing.
Which you once again reminded me, we talked about this kind of thing in the first one too, where like she adds a plot point and then it's gone forever.
Yeah, it's just useless.
There were real ghosts.
Oh yeah, there were real
the
ghosts
beginning.
for a while.
Like they would walk through and be like, I can see my breath and I have a chill and I see something run past me and do this and help me find something. And then ghosts aren't in there for the last 300 pages. They're just gone. Oh.
Yeah.
Go on. Talk about the big ending.
Oh, with the Eternal Rebirth? Because that was the whole ending to the great-grandmother stalker.
Yeah.
Turns out it wasn't the stalker.
The ending of the book.
In fact, if you go by this book, there's no such thing as a bad stalker.
Yeah,
like,
they're all
stalkers
good.
are good guys.
It actually turns out the stalkers have always been the good guys. They're just being viewed incorrectly.
Yeah. There's a limit of rape that apparently it flips to, like, a hero.
Oh, God.
It's crazy. According to Haunting of Adeline. But yeah, the Eternal Rebirth is their ritual where they sacrifice a child and like coat themselves in the blood or something. I'm trying to find the names.
Something like that.
I'm trying to find the names here because I can't recall, but he's getting initiated. He puts on like the cloak and stuff, and then he meets like a dweeb, like a really anxious dweeb, and then he starts doing his tough guy talk. I'm trying so hard to.
And this was I'll say for the whole book and all the writing problems, this was the most well portrayed scene. I can still picture it in my head. The room they go into, the circle for the kid that gets murdered for blood, all the people in the robes around the room. Like, this was the best written part. There was a part where I'm like driving and I'm listening to it and I was like, all right, like what's that? Like, I'm actually a little invested in this action for the first time in the whole book.
Yeah, so they have a child up there. They're about to sacrifice. Well, Zaid's about to sacrifice the kid, and that's when he says, "Close your eyes," I whisper. "Don't open them until I tell you." Gripping the blade tightly, I lift it up and swipe my arm to the left directly into the frat boy's throat. The chanting stutters before stopping completely, gasp ringing out as the boy beside me suffocates on his blood. Jerk the blade out, the suctioning noise swallowed by his choked gasps. He's staring at me, eyes wide in disbelief. And the frat boy he's talking about is a guy who's like, "I can't wait to kill a kid. I can't wait to kill kids. I need to eat their blood." That kind of thing. And then, this is the big twist, an explosion rings out. Jay comes through. Oh, God, where is it? The explosion breaks out. Jay shows up. Jay's like his camera guy. Jay's the guy who says, like, I can turn the cameras off for 10 minutes. And Zaid usually goes, I only need 3. That kind of thing, and then he goes and slaughters bad guys. But this time,
okay, hang on, back up. I didn't hear the first part. Why does he need a cameraman?
He's a hacker.
Yeah.
So Zaid's
the second best hacker in the world behind Zaid.
Yeah, Zaid taught Jay everything he knows about hacking. Zaid he's basically like a server admin. He can do anything in life as long as there's technology involved. He can hack every camera. He can hack fucking digital alarm clocks if he wants to. So he taught Jay.
No, it's got to be really difficult to get into.
I'm making you late for your meeting.
Yeah, like that's the one I went to. Like, that's so crazy.
You can hack the Pentagon and digital alarm clocks.
And my smartwatch. But yeah, so Jay's like the hacker. So it's really weird that Jay shows up after this explosion. And then it turns out...
Wait, does that mean there's a Haunting Adeline 2?
There is. Which I do not want to read. So she does it.
Yeah.
I don't think it says that.
It doesn't. It doesn't. We can take that out. I'll take that out. That's a big... We'll save that for the others. But yeah.
So we'll rewind. Hopefully everything was scrubbed from there.
If not, fuck it.
Yeah, who cares? But so, like Charlie was saying, kid almost gets killed. Zaid takes the knife, kills the frat guy to his right or left, whatever. Mm-hmm. Big explosion right as this is about to happen.
Yep.
Jay comes on the fucking earpiece, Bluetooth earpiece he wears everywhere, and is like, whoa, like we've been double crossed.
Yeah,
like,
someone knew our every move before we made it.
And he's like, yeah, come in, like this is terrible. Or maybe Jay walks in the room or something.
He came in like after the explosion.
That's right, because Zaid's like, Jay is never here. Why is this happening? And it was a big setup. There was to try to kill Zaid.
Yep.
I think they fight their way out, or does it just
No,
end?
it ends there. So this is the final piece we get of Zayd and Jay. Glad you can figure that out, Jason Scott. Now let's see those hands, otherwise this single bullet will find its way in both of your fucking heads.
That's right. They really...
Wait, is that the last word of the book?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
There's another chapter with Adeline. So Adeline, after they solved grandmother's murder...
It's all coming back to me.
After they solve grandmother's murder, her and Daya, they go their separate ways. She gets a text from Daya about like an urgent matter she needs to tend to. So Adeline freaks out, like, oh my god, Daya needs my help. This never really happens. So she gets in her car and she drives. Car follows her, fucking pit maneuvers her, and wrecks her out. And then the final line of the book is, just get her in the van, Rio. Max already going to be pissed we fucked up his van. So quit fucking around. The police will be here soon. Time to go to sleep, princess.
And Max
is a guy from way earlier.
Is the gang guy from earlier that they've been worried about the whole time.
Yeah, so Max was a associate of Archibald.
Yep.
Yeah, his name is Archibald.
I don't know Archibald.
What was his whole name?
Archibald Van Winklersmith. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was something
dumb.
It was really juvenile, but Archibald was a guy who made the mistake of meeting Adeline in a club, and he was going to go home and they were about to have sex, but he's apparently like a really abusive guy. So Zayd, upon seeing them about to have sex, kills him, and that puts Adeline in danger because then everyone else in that gang is now after them. So he ends up killing Archibald's entire family. But Max knew something was afoot, so he's been kind of on her tail ever since, and now he's got her.
I'm trying to... Archibald Talvara, because it was the Talvara people. Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
We don't need to rehash Archie's tale.
No, we already did that one. This book sucks.
It does.
It's like an actual
So are we reading
stinker.
number 2?
I mean, I think we have to now. We have to know who was behind the setup.
Oh, yeah. How could we know? Hopefully Charlie edited that out.
I think Charlie might have edited out that huge spoiler that you looked up.
So yeah, I think we should read number 2. Problem is, we can't rag on it as much. Well, not a problem. It's going to be much more consensual.
Is it?
It's got to be.
It has to be, unless he finds a new person to stalk and rape. So, like, in the second book, it feels like it's going to be all action. Like, this feels like it'll be the Dark Knight to the Batman Begins.
Almost as well written.
Yeah. Because now they're separated, right? Because now he's captured by mystery villain, and she is with Max.
Yeah.
So, like, how can they possibly...
So this has now become Taken.
Yeah, it's basically Taken.
Oh, I hope he calls Max and goes, I have a special set of skills.
I bet you the writing in that book is going to be some of the most nonsensical garbage.
Maybe they're gonna Men in Black mind zap her so she forgets that she loves him, and then he gets to rape her all over again from scratch.
I hate this. I hate this so much. And I feel like we have to read number 2.
I actually want to read number 2. There is no way. How can it even be smutty? It can't be. There's nobody left.
Let's make some theories now for the end of this. I think he finds her within the first 2 chapters and it gets back to sex.
Damn, you're probably right. He is the best hacker. He could probably digitize himself in an email and send it to her.
Yes.
And it can pop out.
Max goes, wait, I got an email. Boom! Fucking Code Lyoko shit.
Yeah.
Also, Charlie, I'm going to go like this a whole bunch. I need you to check 10 seconds ago and see if you see my credit card number. I need to keep that in my pocket. Please.
Stop showing
I'm
that.
sorry.
Yeah, I'll look for it.
It's a little Easter egg for anybody who actually watches.
Oh, God. But yeah, I bet you he finds her fast as shit, and it's right back to sexual assault city.
You're probably right, actually.
In fact, I'm gonna buy the audiobook and start on my way home.
The first chapter is how I found Adeline. Her pussy laid bare before me as I tickled the bud with my gun.
Thank God, when I swung the door open and shot Max in the head, he had just gotten her naked for me.
I said, thanks for preparing the meal. I can't wait to devour her.
Oh, this hurts me. Yeah, book sucks.
Yeah, book
it's
bad.
trash.
Terrible book.
Okay, you guys, since apparently this is a thing, and you guys are rating the next one, let's make a rating.
Oh yeah,
Let's rate it.
True.
This is the Charlie Book Talk rating scale. How many spicy peppers?
Was it not the Matt book talk?
Well, you have your own rating.
Oh,
You had the audio. You'll do the audiobook.
the voices are phenomenal. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I would probably get. How many spicy out of 5? You said.
That's how they. I don't. You don't have to use spicy peppers. I know when my fiance.
Oh,
yeah! Congratulations, Danny.
Glad this is the video people learning.
When she is looking up recommendations on like TikTok or something, that's how they rate how like smutty the book is. Is how many spicy peppers. Like 5 spicy peppers, it's basically all sex kind of thing.
So I think we. I
You
think
should come
we
up with your
need
own scale.
Two levels here. There's the book rating.
Yeah.
Spicy rating.
I like that. I'll do the spicy rating. You can do the book rating, or do you want to flip that? I'm fine either way.
You can do both, and I can do both too.
Okay, we just do that then. Book rating, I would give this. I don't know if zeros are like uncouth in the book community, but it is a bad read. Like even setting aside like the subject matter, it is written like some kind of a like drama club, throwaway project. Like I don't like the way it's written. I don't like the way it conveys anything. I do agree the ending is the strongest part by far, because then she finally abandons the. This is like rubbing butter on a butt cheek of a bitch. Like that kind of stupid shit.
I would have liked that more.
She finally gets rid of that, and it seems like much more grounded.
Yeah.
But the rest of the book is just so awful to read. As far as like the smuttiness of it goes, I would argue of the 605 pages, probably 320-ish are dedicated entirely to describing rape.
Yep. And a lot of the others are building up to it.
Yeah.
Legitimately. And him talking about how excited he is for those pages to get there.
Yeah.
You remember the book when, I mean, it's still probably a book, but we would have read it as a child, where it's Sesame Street. And they're scared of the monster at the end of the book.
Yeah.
So like, it's who's the blue guy on Sesame Street?
Grover.
Yeah, Grover is so scared to get to the end of the book. So
or is it the Cookie Monster? Which one?
The Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster is, but I think it's Grover who's in the book. I don't know if he's also blue. Grover's in the book. He's chaining pages, and he's like, "I swear you can't turn the next page." That's how Zayd is like. Turn that fucking page. Like, I'm ready to get to it.
I am the monster.
But I would agree. I think this is it's not all sex, so I'll go a 4 out of 5 on the spicy scale.
Yeah. I was going to do it in half. So, like, since about half of the book is smuttiness, I was going to give it a 2.5 spicy peppers out of 5.
I think
You're just doing percentage.
Yeah, it's doing percentage.
You know what? It's no longer a scale. It's 50% smut. And since Charlie's editing this, I can't wait to see the fun graphics.
Yeah, here, the peppers will be right here.
It's just a fucking PNG of a pepper.
There won't even be that.
And I agree. On the book itself, I will give it a 0. I didn't like the contents. I didn't think the writing was solid. So the 0. I think with Haunting Adeline 2, do you want to go back to back, or should we read an ACOTAR?
I think we should just go back to back.
Alright.
While it's still
I'll get it right
fresh.
now.
Yeah, I need to go pick it up from Barnes & Nobles.
What's their name again, the author? Because they're getting another 20 fucking schmackaroonies from me.
H.D. Carlton.
Haunting Adeline... Ah, yes, they call it The Cat and Mouse Duet, Book 2. Yeah. $22?
All right, when are you writing your next smut book?
Oh yeah,
Genghis Swan.
Yeah.
When does he pick up the pen again?
So we have. Oh, you can cut this out if you want. We have a property that we have all written that is smutty.
Yeah.
Could be turned into smut.
We read that for the charity stream, actually.
Should we get somebody to turn that into a book?
We should. Yeah, it's a good whodunit, I thought.
Yeah. Real quick. I'm just going to give you the preview of book 2 so you can hear the voices.
My eyes shut as a sob crawls up my throat. A tear slip.
Sorry, it's on 2.5 speed.
Yeah, that was really fast.
Let's go to 1 down.
Through my lashes, and my chest shakes with exertion, trying not to break down.
So that's Adeline.
This was my...
I showed them last time. I'm really just showing Danny at this point.
Yeah, Danny wasn't here.
That's for me.
It by Teddy Hamilton and with the buckle fixating with...
Let me show you Zayd.
Mouth slip. Are you okay?
Panic etched into every line on his face, and his hazel eyes are rounded with fear as he kneels before me.
I wish I could show you him saying cock.
Can you have it swapped to like a different accent? That'd be cool. Like we can make them all Australian.
I'm choosing to hold on to it, carrying something meaningful.
Yeah, it's not worth it. you get the picture. All right, I'll buy the book. I'm gonna buy it right now.
All right, I'll go grab a physical copy the way God intended.
Yep.
All right, well that was the first complete book of our book club.
We did it. If there's books you want to see and you've made it this far, put it below.
Yeah. Do not recommend.
Yeah. Don't actually unrecommend. Don't read.
Yeah, it'd be an advisory warning to not read it. It sucks.
All right.
Bye bye.
Well, let me buy the book.
They probably took it down.